The super genius who ranked first in his entire department has not uttered a single note for a whole year. This strange and bizarre behavior has become the biggest joke at the Shanghai Conservatory of Music. Some say he is burned out and can no longer write a decent song. Others claim he damaged his vocal cords and has completely turned into a loser who cannot even hold a tune. Faced with the disappointment of his former mentors and the isolation from his classmates, even the betrayal of his ex-girlfriend, Jiang Li remained expressionless, not even deigning to offer a single word of explanation. Because outsiders could never understand the existence of the system in his mind. System notification: if the host persists in not singing for 1 year, you will perfectly restore your vocal cords and activate the S-rank heavenly voice. In the face of such a tempting ultimate reward, what is a little temporary humiliation? He was more than willing to play the mute for an entire year. All for the sake of, at the very moment the countdown ends, striking back with the most powerful performance to slap everyone in the face. Today is the final day of his no-singing period, and also the day of the final exam that will decide his fate. As the bell for the final assessment is about to ring, he finally steps back into that campus full of mockery. Huaxia, Madu Conservatory of Music, 9:45 a.m. Look, is not that Jiang Li, the one who got into the academy with the top music score in the whole department? He actually still has the nerve to show his face at school. So what if he was first in the department? Has not he just become a piece of trash now? Sigh, how did his perfectly fine voice suddenly get ruined? HMPH, it is because of him that our vocal music department has become a laughingstock of the whole academy this year. I really do not understand how he still has the cheek to come to school. If it were me, I would have found a hole to hide in and been too ashamed to see anyone. Facing the mockery of the people around him, Jiang Li remained expressionless. He did not have any emotional fluctuations from their ridicule and insults. Walking on the roads, Jiang Li spoke to the system with his mind. System, you said that as long as I refrain from singing for a year, I will activate the voice of nature. The next moment, a magnetic voice rang in Jiang Li's ear. Yes, host, Jiang Li reminded. Today happens to be the last day. That is right, Jiang Li was a transmigrator. An accident caused him to transmigrate to this world, specifically into the body of an 18-year-old Jiang Li, who was right in the middle of an art college entrance exam. Transmigrating along with Jiang Li was a system. Jiang Li discovered that the world he was in highly overlapped with his original world. The only difference was the music, movies, piano pieces, and poems of the original world. None of them existed in this world. On the day of transmigration, with the help of the system, Jiang Li won first place in the Madu Conservatory of Music's entrance exam with an original song, Blooming Life. However, just as Jiang Li thought that his era was about to arrive, the system poured a bucket of cold water on him. Detected that the host's vocal cord condition is severely damaged. If you continue singing like this, within a year, the host will not be able to make any sound. This gave Jiang Li quite a scare. If I cannot sing anymore, then what is the point of my transmigrating to this world? Fortunately, the system provided a solution. It required Jiang Li to refrain from singing for a year. After a year, the system would be able to restore Jiang Li's vocal cords and grant him the voice of nature. Ultimately, Jiang Li agreed to this condition. He had not sung in front of anyone for a whole year. Everyone thought his voice was ruined and that he could never sing again. From that day on, Jiang Li became the laughingstock of the entire Madu Conservatory of Music. Mentors who initially thought highly of him also gradually became disappointed in Jiang Li. Hearing the mockery and insults of the people around him, Jiang Li remained indifferent. He slowly walked towards a vocal practice room. Today is the day of the final exam. At this moment, standing in the practice room were dozens of young, energetic men and women. These people were all students of Vocal Music Class 1, Grade 6. A white-haired old man opened his mouth and asked, "Is everyone here?" The entire room was silent. Sun Jiahua frowned slightly and asked again, "Is everyone here?" At this time, a girl stepped forward and said nervously, "Mr. Sun Jiang Li, he has not arrived yet." Sun Jiahua was slightly taken aback, a trace of regret appearing on his face. He still remembered. During the second round of the art exam a year ago, he was the first to step forward and give Jiang Li a perfect score, and praised Jiang Li as a musical genius rarely seen in a decade. However, ever since that song, Blooming Life, Sun Jaihua had never heard Jiang Li sing again. There were rumors that Jiang Li's vocal cords were damaged, and it was possible he would never be able to sing again in this lifetime. At the thought of Jiang Li, there was only deep regret in Sun Jaihua's eyes. Let us wait for him a bit longer. After saying that, Sun Jaihua left the practice room. After Sun Jaihua left the practice room, a burst of noisy chatter immediately broke out at the scene. A boy mocked directly, "Jiang Li is just a piece of trash right now, he cannot sing at all. I really do not understand why Mr. Sun still wants to wait for this piece of trash to come take the exam. If you ask me, our exam should have started earlier. There is absolutely no need to waste our time for this piece of trash." If I remember correctly, according to the Academy's regulations, students who fail the final exams twice within a year will be expelled. Really? I remember during the last final exam, Jiang Li was given a 0 by the teacher because he could not make a sound. If he fails to pass the exam again this time, he will really be expelled. HMPH, this kind of trash should have been expelled a long time ago. Letting him slack off for an extra semester is already letting him off easy. Lin Tong, this ex-boyfriend of yours is about to be expelled. Do you have anything you want to say? As soon as he finished speaking, the students turned to look at a provocatively dressed young woman. This woman was named Lin Tong, the most beautiful girl in the vocal music department. A trace of disdain flashed through Lin Tong's eyes, and she said coldly, "I broke up with this piece of trash a long time ago. I have nothing to do with him." As soon as these words came out, a roar of laughter echoed throughout the room. Everyone was mocking Jiang Li, as if mocking Jiang Li was a very interesting thing to do. Suddenly, a stunningly beautiful girl with a cold appearance stood out and stared coldly at Lin Tong. "Is not it too much for you to talk about him like that?" This girl was named Wang Jingsu, the campus belle of the Madu Conservatory of Music. Seeing Wang Jingsu lecture her, Lin Tong's face darkened. "The more you speak up for Jiang Li, the more I want to mock him." Therefore, Lin Tong chuckled and asked in return, "Could it be that the campus belle favors Jiang Li?" Wang Jingsu remained silent. Lin Tong sneered, "Jiang Li is just a piece of trash. I was truly blind back then to have actually gotten together with him. Moreover, what I find most ridiculous is that Jiang Li even told me his vocal cords were only temporarily damaged and would heal very soon. I was deceived by his lie for a whole half year." Wang Jingsu frowned and said, "You are the one who spread the word about Jiang Li's vocal cords being injured." Lin Tong revealed a smug smile. "Who else could it be but me? This piece of trash would never have imagined that the person he trusted the most would leak his secret." Wang Jingsu's face was covered in frost. "You are going too far." Lin Tong crossed her arms, a mocking smile on her face. "What? The campus belle is starting to sympathize with this piece of trash, or are you saying you like this piece of trash?" The next moment, bursts of mocking laughter erupted from the crowd once again. At this time, a cold voice came from the classroom doorway, and a handsome but expressionless man could be seen standing at the door. Who could this person be if not Jiang Li? Lin Tong's smile froze, and she said in shock, "Jiang Li, you actually came." Jiang Li said calmly, "If I had not been late, I am afraid I would not have known you were such a bitch, Lin Tong." Lin Tong's expression looked awful. "Jiang Li, what do you mean?" "Bitch. You say that one more time." "Bitch." Lin Tong looked livid and she scoffed. "Jiang Li, you are just a piece of trash." "Trash." A playful smile appeared on the corner of Jiang Li's mouth. "Are you sure?" Jiang Li never expected that the person who leaked the news of his vocal cord injury was actually Lin Tong. After Jiang Li took first place in vocal performance at the Shanghai Conservatory of Music, many girls took an interest in him and started flirting with him. In the end, the young and impulsive Jiang Li chose to be with Lin Tong, who was also a vocal major and looked good in every way. At first, Lin Tong was extremely tender towards Jiang Li. She did not even mind when Jiang Li told her that his family was not particularly well off. Until one day, Jiang Li told Lin Tong that his vocal cords were damaged, and it would be a long time before he could sing again. From that moment on, Lin Tong grew cold towards him. Ultimately, the two broke up. After the breakup, Jiang Li always felt that the fault was his own. However, now that he heard Lin Tong was the culprit who had spread the news about his injury. At this moment, any sense of indebtedness Jiang Li felt toward Lin Tong vanished into thin air. Jiang Li, you are nothing but a loser. As if she felt that was not harsh enough, Lin Tong sneered and added, "Do you really think I ever liked you? Disgusting. I am telling you, I never loved you at all. What I liked was your voice and the wealth that your voice could bring me in the future." At this, a wave of whispers broke out in the room. I remember rumors saying Jiang Li was just a backup for Lin Tong, and she had a rich boyfriend outside of school. That must be true. Poor Jiang Li, dating for half a year only to realize Lin Tong was just toying with him. Hahaha, hilarious, he deserves it. Who told him to become a loser? If you are a loser, do not blame others for betraying you. A trace of smugness flickered across Lin Tong's face, as if seeing Jiang Li being insulted made her feel delighted. However, Jiang Li did not seem angry at all. In fact, a playful look appeared on his face. Lin Tong, there is one thing you might have misunderstood. What? I did not lie to you. Huh? Did not I tell you my vocal cords can recover? Ding dong. The clock struck 10. Ding. A magnetic voice resonated in Jiang Li's ears. Congratulations to the host, you have activated the S-level heavenly voice. The moment the system's voice echoed in his ears, Jiang Li felt a wave of warmth in his throat. He could clearly sense the change in his voice. At this moment, Jiang Li was confident that even if he sang dozens of high-pitched songs in one breath, his throat would not have any problems. Is this the S-level heavenly voice? Seeing the confidence on Jiang Li's face, Lin Tong mocked him outright. Just stop bluffing. If you are so capable, then sing something. This remark immediately received support from the crowd. Yeah, did not you say your voice recovered? Let us hear you sing. Quit acting so tough. If I were you, Jiang Li, I would leave now before you embarrass yourself further. Hahaha, this is the funniest joke I have heard all day. Jiang Li actually told me his voice is fine. Jiang Li's expression remained indifferent. Ding. Task issued, please sing a song and blow everyone here away. Reward for completion, S-level guitar mastery. Jiang Li's pupils contracted, and he said in shock, "A task system, you can actually issue tasks." The system replied, "Certainly. Then why did not I see you issue any tasks for the past year?" The system remained silent. Seeing that the system was unwilling to explain, Jiang Li took a deep breath, stepped forward and said, "Fine." In front of dozens of classmates in the practice room, Jiang Li turned his head to Wang Jingsu and said, "Wang Jingsu, please pull up the instrumental track for the song Blooming Life." Blooming Life was an original song Jiang Li sang during his art school entrance exam, when he first sang it back then. The entire academy was shocked, and the song had become the most popular one in the academy over the past year. Hearing this, Wang Jingsu frowned and said, "Jiang Li, the difficulty of this song is, Blooming Life is a rock song. Its entire tone is very high, and it places extreme demands on a singer's voice. Many students at the school could not sing it well, because it was just too difficult." Wang Jingsu could not help but feel worried. With Jiang Li's vocal condition, could he handle this song well? Even if his voice had recovered, singing Blooming Life in one breath was a daunting challenge. However, Jiang Li just smiled, looked stern, and said, "I will go with Blooming Life." Wang Jingsu took a deep breath. Seeing that she could not dissuade him, she nodded and said, "All right. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds." A slow, low intro began to play. Jiang Li took a deep breath, clutching the microphone. At this moment, he felt a bit nervous. It has been exactly a year since I last sang. I still remember. On the day of my rebirth, Jiang Li swept away all the other candidates with Blooming Life. That day, he became the brightest presence among all the art exam students. Countless people were convinced, countless people fawned over him. That day, he tasted what it was like to be the center of everyone's attention. Because he knew. With the system, he could act recklessly in the entertainment industry. He could rely on the system to reach the peak of his life. But reality dealt Jiang Li a heavy blow. Host, you cannot sing for the next year. This plunged Jiang Li, who was full of ambition to make a name for himself in this world, into a slump. During this year, he suffered through many things. Betrayal from his ex-girlfriend, mockery from classmates, misunderstanding from family, and disappointment from his mentors. All of this caused him a massive impact. So this world is this cruel. If you are not capable, no one will care about you. Boom. The chorus begins. How many times have I fallen on the road? How many times have my wings been broken? Now I no longer feel lost. I want to surpass this ordinary craving. I want a blooming life. Like flying in the vast sky. Like traveling through the boundless wilderness. Possessing the power to break free from everything. Boom! A glint of fighting spirit flashed in Jiang Li's eyes. Since that is the case, then I, Jiang Li, will prove it to you all. I, Jiang Li, am stronger than you. I, Jiang Li, am someone you cannot reach. I, Jiang Li, possess the power to break free from everything. Boom, boom, boom. Jiang Li's singing voice echoed throughout the entire practice room. This time, every person sitting there had their eyes wide open. At this moment, they could hear his attitude in Jiang Li's voice. Jiang Li, reborn from the ashes. Wang Jingsu's eyes gleamed. At this moment, Jiang Li was like a king reborn from the flames. His voice was filled with power. Wang Jingsu could not help but sigh with emotion. So, this is what a true blooming life is. Jiang Li, the king, has returned. After a year, Jiang Li sang once again. He used the song Blooming Life to prove to everyone that the cynical, highly confident Jiang Li from a year ago was back. When the performance of Blooming Life ended, the whole venue fell into silence. Everyone's eyes widened, and the words, "This is impossible," were written all over their faces. This song, Blooming Life, completely won over the majority of the audience. Finally, a round of applause came from outside the door. Everyone looked toward the door. They saw Sun Jiahyu standing outside, though no one knew when he had arrived, with a smile on his face. Sun Jiahyu walked into the room, looked at Jiang Li, and said with a smile, "Not bad, that Blooming Life just now was much more impressive than what you sang a year ago." Jiang Li showed a hint of a smile. "Mr. Sun." Sun Jiahyu let out a hearty laugh, but the moment he turned his head to face Lin Tong and the others, his expression darkened. "I heard your entire conversation just now." Students' eyes were filled with panic, and some even wanted to open their mouths to explain. However, Sun Jiahyu waved his hand and said, "You do not need to explain anything. I think there is one saying that makes some sense. The strong can earn respect, while the weak do not deserve it. A few days ago, I received an invitation from a production team. They wanted me to recommend a student to participate in the show. I am a singer-songwriter. And I only have one spot in my hands. That means among all of you, only one person can get this opportunity. Now I am telling you, I will give this spot to the most outstanding student in our class." Boom! As soon as Sun Jiahyu's words came out, the whole room erupted. "Oh my god, it is actually a spot for I Am a Singer-Songwriter. I know this show, it has been super popular online lately. I cannot believe Mr. Sun actually has a spot for it." As expected of a professor-level vocal teacher at the Magic City Music Academy, his influence is truly extraordinary. The top priority right now is to snatch this spot. This is a great opportunity for me to get famous. I cannot miss it. Sun Jiahyu said with a cold face. Jiang Li just sang Blooming. Indeed, he sang it very well. I announced that his final exam score is valid. Finally, the score I give him is 95. If you want to get this spot, you have to sing even better than Jiang Li did. As soon as these words were spoken, Jiang Li once again became a thorn in the side of his classmates. How was Jiang Li's performance of Blooming Life? 4 words. Perfect with no flaws. After a year, Jiang Li sang Blooming Life again, and the students could feel that compared to a year ago. He was much better in both pitch and emotion. It could be said that today's Blooming Life was the most complete version of Blooming Life. The version from a year ago was nowhere near as good as today's version. Once this song came out, many students who had looked down on Jiang Li could not help but acknowledge him in their hearts. However, this acknowledgement did not last long before the students targeted Jiang Li once again because of Sun Jiahyu's words. "HMPH, this Blooming Life is nothing special. I can definitely sing better than Jiang Li." That is right, I am not the same as I was a year ago. My singing skills have been praised by mentors. I will defeat you with my voice, Jiang Li. I am definitely taking this spot. Jiang Li looked completely bewildered. I am a singer-songwriter. What kind of show is this? I have never even heard of it. And also, old son, you are going a bit too far. Why did you have to say that they can only get this spot by beating me? Is not this intentionally setting me up? Seemingly seeing Jiang Li's confusion, Sun Jiahua chuckled. Jiang Li, you have to withstand the pressure. Jiang Li originally did not want to accept the challenge, but the system still had not prompted that the task was completed. This meant that there was still a considerable portion of students who were not convinced by him. The corners of Jiang Li's mouth curled up slightly. You are still not convinced. All right, for the system's reward, this time I will make you all submit wholeheartedly. The assessment officially began. First to go up was a boy named Gu Yue, during the mockery directed at Jiang Li just now. He was the one clamoring the loudest. Glancing at Jiang Li, a cold sneer appeared on Gu Yue's face. Jiang Li, the spot for I am a singer-songwriter will definitely belong to me. Thinking of this, Gu Yue spoke. Mr. Sun, the track I am going to perform is You Are My Most Beloved. If Blooming Life was the most popular song in the Magic City Music Academy, then You Are My Most Beloved was ranked right behind it in second place. This song had once become a legendary anthem for campus couples to confess their love. Many students used this song to confess. You Are My Most Beloved was composed by a boy from the music theory department, who was hailed as the campus prince of love songs because of it. Now Gu Yue had two purposes for singing this song on this occasion. First, to use the song's popularity to make himself famous in the class. Second, to confess to Lin Tong. Once his performance of You Are My Most Beloved was finished, before waiting for Sun Jiahua's evaluation, Gu Yue got down on one knee and confessed to Lin Tong. Lin Tong, I like you. Be my girlfriend. Whoa. The whole room was in an uproar. They were shocked by Gu Yue's bold move. You must know Lin Tong's ex-boyfriend, Jiang Li, was right here. Confessing right in front of the ex-boyfriend, an ordinary person really would not be able to do this. Gu Yue was slapping Jiang Li in the face. Lin Tong was slightly stunned. She also had not expected Gu Yue to confess to her. She did not like Gu Yue at all. In Lin Tong's eyes, Gu Yue was just an ordinary student. He was not even as good as Jiang Li. However, Lin Tong's eyes darted around. Although I do not like Gu Yue, I can use him to disgust Jiang Li a bit. Thinking of this, Lin Tong put on a shy expression. I accept. Gu Yue was ecstatic. He had not expected Lin Tong to actually agree to be his girlfriend. The thought that his girlfriend was the department beauty made his ego swell. Immediately, the look he gave Jiang Li was filled with contempt. However, Jiang Li remained indifferent. He did not have the slightest emotional fluctuation over Lin Tong, accepting Gu Yue. It was as if this matter had absolutely nothing to do with him. Seeing Jiang Li's expressionless face, a flash of shame and anger crossed Lin Tong's eyes. Jiang Li, on what grounds do you ignore me? What right do you have to ignore me? Thinking of this, Lin Tong asked Sun Jiahua. Professor Sun, can Gu Yue beat Jiang Li? However, Sun Jiahua's words struck Lin Tong and Gu Yue like a hard slap in the face. Sun Jiahua said coldly, your song has multiple pitch errors, and the rhythm is off as well. Most importantly, your emotion is not in place. Since you confessed in front of me during an exam, why was your emotion so perfunctory? After the critique, Sun Jiahua spoke. Gu Yue, you failed this semester. Gu Yue was completely dumbfounded. Failed? Did I really just fail the course because of that old guy, Sun Jiahua? This is impossible. I am supposed to be the one getting a scholarship. I cannot fail this course. Flustered, Gu Yue hurriedly apologized to Sun Jiahua. Teacher Sun, I am sorry. Sun Jiahua said indifferently. All right, you may step down. Who is next? Gu Yue looked dejected. He never expected that his performance today would cause him to fail. No, my pitch was definitely fine. It must be that old man Sun Jiahua favoring Jiang Li. Jiang Li, I hate you. Jiang Li had no idea that because Gu Yue failed, he had become the target of his resentment. At that moment, he was communicating with the system through his thoughts. System, why have not I seen you issue any missions for the past year? The system replied, because the timing was not right. The system said calmly. The host was too impetuous after being reborn. If you had abused the system's help, it would have led you astray. So not issuing missions over the past year was a test for the host. It seems that the host has performed very well now. Jiang Li nodded, knowing the system was doing this for his own good. At the beginning of his rebirth, he became overly arrogant because he had the system. He felt he was the most powerful person in the world. Jiang Li lost his way, to the point that he even chose a woman like Lin Tong as his girlfriend. At this point, Jiang Li suddenly thought of something and asked with a strange expression, "I have a question now. What is it? Was it you manipulating things behind the scenes when my voice had problems?" "No." The host's vocal cords were indeed severely damaged. From the system's perspective, someone had poisoned the host. Jiang Li was shocked and said, "Poisoned who? Who would do such a thing?" "Unknown." Jiang Li was conversing with the system in his mind, while in reality, he maintained a calm appearance. Wang Qingsu stood not far away, eyeing Jiang Li with a hint of doubt in her eyes. "Jiang Li, you have become so composed. What on earth have you been through this past year?" Ever since Lin Tong revealed that Jiang Li could no longer sing, he had stopped showing up at school. No one knew where he had gone. Jiang Li only appeared at school when major events took place. Of course, whenever he appeared, he could not avoid being ridiculed by his classmates. The star of the art exams turned out to be a weakling. Anyone would find it hard to resist mocking him a little. Wang Qingsu had noticed Jiang Li early on. Throughout this year, whenever she saw him, she could always see the sense of inferiority on his face. However, that sense of inferiority had disappeared today. He had become incredibly confident. "Jiang Li, what kind of secret are you hiding?" Yue failing was undoubtedly a hard slap in Lin Tong's face. Lin Tong's face burned with stinging heat. She did not expect that she had just accepted Yue's confession, hoping to use him to humiliate Jiang Li. But the very next moment, Yue had failed. Thinking of how Jiang Li must be mocking her in his heart, Lin Tong said in a shamed and angry tone, Yue, you really are a loser." Yue froze, a look of disbelief appearing on his face. Lin Tong, you. Lin Tong sneered. "I thought you could make Jiang Li lose face, but it turns out you are just a loser too." Lin Tong will not be with a loser. We are over." It was like a bolt from the blue for Yue, who said in shock, "Lin Tong, you just agreed to be with me, and now you want to break up." A flash of disgust crossed Lin Tong's eyes, and she acted indifferent, not even wanting to bother with Yue. A sinister expression crossed Yue's face. "Fine. You people are betraying me and insulting me one by one. I will make you regret this." The next moment, Yue left the singing room without looking back. However, his departure went completely unnoticed. Sun Jiahua said calmly, "Who is next?" Wang Qingsu raised her hand and said, "Teacher Sun, I will go." In the 6th class of the vocal music department, Jiang Li entered as the top student, and the one ranked second was Wang Qingsu. With her top-tier looks and her innate cool demeanor, Wang Qingsu was immediately crowned as the school beauty of the 6th class by the students. In the year that Jiang Li was absent, it was Wang Qingsu who led the first vocal music class. Now that she was on stage, the classmates commented, "Among us, I'm afraid only Wang Qingsu stands a chance of beating Jiang Li." "Yeah, good luck, Wang Qingsu." Wang Qingsu brought a folk song called Jasmine, as she held a guitar and sang softly. At that moment, it felt as if they were back to the time when Jiang Li sang Blossoming Life. No one spoke, everyone's eyes were filled with shock and admiration. Even Jiang Li, who was talking to the system, could not help but snap out of it. Jiang Li murmured, "Wang Qingsu." After finishing Jasmine, Wang Qingsu paused slightly. "Teacher Sun, I have finished." Sun Jiahua could not help but praise. "Great, this Jasmine was sung really well. Both the emotional expression and the pitch were extremely accurate. I will give this song a 95. So I am starting to hesitate now. Should this one and only spot go to you or Jiang Li?" The classmates fell silent. They all knew that Jiang Li and Wang Qingsu were the best performers in the room. None of their own performances were as good as those of Jiang Li and Wang Qingsu. Just as Sun Jiahua was hesitating, an abrupt voice rang out, and a handsome, cheerful-looking boy appeared at the door of the singing room. He said with a smile, "Teacher Sun, can I have a try?" Boom! As soon as he said this, the whole place was in an uproar. "My God, is not he from the music theory department? Why is he here?" I know him, he is that love song prince who wrote You Are My Favorite Person. Aw, so handsome, he really does have that affectionate first love face. What is he here for? Could it be that he is also interested in the spot teacher Sun has? Sun Jiahe knew Lu Heng, and seeing him get involved, he said with a smile. Lu Heng, do you also want the spot I have? Lu Heng smiled. No, I am not very interested in the spot. I just heard that Jiang Li, the top student of the vocal music department, has recovered his voice. I am here to challenge him. Watching Lu Heng maintain his smile, for some reason, Jiang Li felt uncomfortable. This Lu Heng might not be as kind as he seemed. You want to challenge me? Seeing Lu Heng wanted to challenge him, Jiang Li walked forward slowly and asked coldly. Lu Heng smiled and said, Yes, I want to challenge you. I heard you are the top student of the vocal music department, while I am the top student of the music theory department. I want to see if the top student of the vocal music department is better, or if I, the top student of the music theory department, am better. Come on, let us have a competition. However, Jiang Li's response made everyone in the room gasp. I refuse. Just 3 short words, yet they made everyone present gasp in shock. It was as if they had not expected it at all. To think that Jiang Li would actually refuse Lu Heng's challenge. How could he refuse? How could Jiang Li refuse? You have to know that Lu Heng is first in the music theory department. Such a great opportunity to prove himself, and Jiang Li does not even cherish it. Besides, this challenge represents both the music theory department and the vocal music department. If Jiang Li refuses, does not that mean our vocal music department chickened out? Jiang Li, can you not be so selfish? You do not just represent yourself, you now represent our entire vocal music department. That is right, no matter what, you have to take on this battle. Listening to his classmates' morally kidnapping remarks, Jiang Li merely sneered. Me take it on. On what grounds? Represent the entire vocal music department. Have you people ever treated me as a part of the vocal music department? You are just using me. A trace of surprise flashed through Lu Heng's eyes. He also had not expected Jiang Li to actually refuse, but the next moment, a smile appeared on his face. Interesting. Truly interesting. Jiang Li, what will it take for you to accept my challenge? Jiang Li stroked his chin and said, That depends on whether you can offer something tempting enough to drive me to accept the challenge. Lu Heng froze slightly, then he smiled and said, As it happens, I recently got my hands on a new guitar, and it was not cheap. If you beat me, I will give that guitar to you. As if afraid Jiang Li would not care, Lu Heng deliberately added, That guitar is worth 200,000. Jiang Li stroked his chin and smiled as he said to Lu Heng, A very tempting condition. I accept this challenge of yours. Ding. Mission completed. The host has won over every classmate using the song Blooming Life. Reward, S-rank guitar mastery. The moment Jiang Li accepted the challenge, the system announced the completion of the mission. Jiang Li's mouth twitched slightly. System, did you do that on purpose? If I had not agreed, would this mission have just remained incomplete forever? The system remained silent. Ding. The next moment, Jiang Li was slightly taken aback. Countless memories regarding the guitar flooded into Jiang Li's mind. If the previous Jiang Li was good at playing the guitar, then the current Jiang Li was a guitar god. His guitar skills could effortlessly crush 99.99% of the guitarists in this world. For some reason, when this skill was bestowed upon him, Jiang Li could not wait to play a tune on the guitar. Therefore, Jiang Li set his sights on the guitar slung over Wang Jingsu's back. Jiang Li walked up to Wang Jingsu and smiled, saying, Wang Jingsu, could I borrow this guitar for a bit? Wang Jingsu asked curiously, Jiang Li, you want to play the guitar? Jiang Li smiled and said, Yes, it just so happens that I have a song that is quite suitable for singing with a guitar. Wang Jingsu nodded and handed the guitar she was holding to Jiang Li. Taking the guitar, Jiang Li asked calmly, How do you want to compete? A slight smile appeared on Lu Heng's face as he pulled out a flash drive and handed it to Lin Tong. Could you help me play the backing track in here? Lu Heng's smile infected Lin Tong. Her eyes sparkled with stars as she nodded heavily and said, Okay. Lu Heng addressed all the students present. I recently wrote a new song titled White Moonlight. It is also a love song, and I hope everyone will like it. His words immediately caused many girls in the audience to scream. Ah, so handsome. What should I do? I kind of want to support Lu Heng now. Me too, I think Lu Heng is just too charming. There is no way Jiang Li can beat him. Jiang Li only listened to a few lines of Lu Heng's song White Moonlight before lowering his head and strumming his own guitar. This White Moonlight was just a song that used the universal 4-5-3-6-2-5 one-chord progression, and the lyrics were nothing but empty moans. Compared to the love songs Jiang Li had heard in his past life, this White Moonlight was extremely immature. So immature that Jiang Li lost interest after hearing just a few lines. However, the venue erupted into waves of screams because of this White Moonlight. Ah, it sounds so good. It sounds too good. Lu Heng truly lives up to the title of the Prince of Love songs. His original work is absolutely fantastic. Exactly, this love song touches my heart deeply. I super love it. Lu Heng smiled confidently. Well, Jiang Li could not help but sigh. Shaking his head in disappointment, he said, "And here I thought the number one in the music theory department could bring us some kind of surprise. Turns out it is only at this level." As soon as Jiang Li's unceremonious critique came out, the smile on Lu Heng's face froze. He asked in return, "You think my song is no good?" Jiang Li shrugged his shoulders and did not continue. A hint of gloominess revealed itself in Lu Heng's eyes, and he smiled, saying, "Well then, I am now looking forward to your upcoming performance." The corners of Jiang Li's mouth curled up slightly as he hugged a guitar and sat on a chair. Everyone was stunned. Jiang Li has not prepared a backing track. Although Wang Jingsu had also sung while playing the guitar, that was with her backing track prepared. Yet this time, Jiang Li actually had not prepared a backing track. Jiang Li smiled. This song is an unplugged version, Wilderness Contra. Ding dong. When Jiang Li plucked the guitar strings, every student could not help but gasp. The rhythm and melody of this guitar were simply too special. At this moment, when the sound of the guitar rang out, the entire venue fell completely silent. No one wanted to make a sound and disturb Jiang Li's ensuing singing. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. The singing followed. The screen lit up, watching the meteorites fall. I intruded into the unknown archipelago. After a mysterious alternate dimension awakens a power, the prophecy now begins to come true. That feeling surging through my blood, I will not look back. Danger descends, accelerating forward. Taking off the leather jacket, I dive into the trenches with hidden traps. An unbending perspective, quietly. Going deep into the secret castle. As soon as Jiang Li's singing came out, it broke everyone's perception of playing and singing with a guitar. In the minds of countless people, playing and singing with a guitar should be like Wang Jingsu, quietly telling some stories. However, Jiang Li's Wilderness Contra sang out a completely different feeling. This Wilderness Contra set the whole venue ablaze along with Jiang Li's singing. From the initial whistling to the dull sound of the guitar and Jiang Li's singing, the entire song made everyone's eyes light up. This song is too avant-garde. I did not expect that Jiang Li could actually sing this song like this. Unadorned, but it has all the elements of a song. This unplugged Wilderness Contra is simply too shocking. Wang Jingsu's eyes lit up, and she said in shock, "To think this song could be played like this. Jiang Li, I did not expect your guitar skills to be this strong." Sun Jiahu sighed and could not help but lament. I originally thought Jiang Li was a rare genius seen once in a decade, but now it seems that calling him a rare genius seen once in 50 years is not an exaggeration. His level will definitely make the entire Chinese music scene shine brightly. As Wilderness Contra came to an end, a trace of confidence appeared on Jiang Li's face as he smiled and asked Lu Heng, "Who do you think is stronger among the two of us?" Lu Heng clenched his fists, a flash of ruthlessness passing through his eyes, yet he smiled and said, "Jiang Li, you win." Wow. As soon as he said that, the whole room erupted. Lu Heng, he actually conceded. His White Moonlight was actually quite good too. Why would Lu Heng concede? Lu Heng making the decision to concede was the right thing to do. At least in my opinion, it shows courage to admit defeat. As expected of the top student in the music theory department, how magnanimous. Sun Jiahu pondered for a moment and said calmly, "In literature there is no first place, and in martial arts there is no second place. Lu Heng, your White Moonlight was also quite good. If I were to score it, I would give it 90 points. Keep up the good work." Lu Heng smiled. Thank you for the compliment, Mr. Sun. As he spoke, Lu Heng turned to look at Jiang Li. Jiang Li, you won this time, but I will not concede next time. Jiang Li remained calm. Even though Lu Heng had been projecting an image of a warm, caring man, Jiang Li could sense something fake about him. Seeing Jiang Li's cold response, a flicker of gloom crossed Lu Heng's eyes, though he kept smiling on the surface. All right then, I will see you on the stage of I Am a Singer-Songwriter. As soon as he said this, the students gasped. What did I just hear? Lu Heng. He actually made it onto I Am a Singer-Songwriter too. That is right, he is the prince of love songs in the music theory department, and his original songwriting skills are among the best in all 4 years of our department. No wonder he did not care about the spot Mr. Sun was offering. It turns out he was already lined up for it. I am so jealous. He is handsome, sings well, and is talented. Plus, I heard Lu Heng comes from a wealthy family. He is the definition of Prince Charming. Compared to Lu Heng, Jiang Li is way behind. Yeah. Listening to the students' worshipful words, Jiang Li sneered to himself. Prince Charming. I think he is more like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Lu Heng smiled and said to the students, Everyone continue with your exams. I will not disturb you anymore. After saying that, he turned to leave. At this moment, Jiang Li, who had been silent until now, suddenly spoke up. Wait. Lu Heng turned back with a smile. Jiang Li, is there anything else you want to say to me? Do not forget to have someone deliver the guitar. Lu Heng's expression darkened immediately. He let out a cold huff and walked away. After Lu Heng left, Sun Jiahua announced to the whole class. If Jiang Li's first performance made me hesitate between Wang Jingsu and Jiang Li, this song Wilderness Contra shattered all my doubts. This song is easily worth 100 points. Now I announce that the only spot to stand on the stage of I Am a Singer-Songwriter will be given to Jiang Li. I hope Jiang Li will cherish this opportunity. Wang Jingsu, do you have any objections? Wang Jingsu shook her head and said, I have no objections. Jiang Li deserves this spot. Sun Jiahua nodded with satisfaction and patted Jiang Li on the shoulder. Jiang Li, prepare well. With that, Sun Jiahua was the first to leave the singing studio. After Sun Jiahua left, the room erupted in another round of discussion. I cannot believe it, Jiang Li's voice has really recovered, and his singing skills are many times better than they were a year ago. I have to admit, Jiang Li is not only a good singer, his songwriting skills are also very strong. That song Wilderness Contra just now truly stunned me. Right, with a song like Life in Full Bloom and now Wilderness Contra, I wonder what other great works Jiang Li can bring us. Sorry, I'm officially a fan of Jiang Li now. I think he is so charming. Jiang Li, are you single? Can we date? Look at Lin Tong's expression, she looks so sour. She must be regretting it so much now, having dumped such a talented man. A snobbish woman like her deserves it. Exactly. Lin Tong's face burned. She stared at Jiang Li, and seeing his expressionless face, she bit her lip and walked up to him. Jiang Li, your voice has really recovered. Jiang Li's expression was indifferent. Lin Tong took Jiang Li's arm and forced a smile. Let us get back together. Actually, I still love you. I promise I will never leave you again. Jiang Li shook off Lin Tong's hand, a look of disgust appearing on his face. Lin Tong, you are disgusting. Lin Tong's face sank. Jiang Li, what do you mean by that? Jiang Li sneered. Do you take me, Jiang Li, for a fool? You do not go too far. Get lost. After saying that, Jiang Li left the singing studio without looking back. Walking by the campus pond, a complex look flashed in Jiang Li's eyes. He asked the system in his mind. System, why am I not as excited as I thought I would be, even though I got the spot for I Am a Singer-Songwriter? The system replied calmly. Because your personal state of mind has improved, host. Jiang Li could not help but reflect. Is that so? Just then a cold female voice sounded in Jiang Li's ear. Congratulations. Jiang Li was slightly startled. He turned around, his eyes showing surprise. Wang Jingsu. Wang Jingsu tucked her hair, her face still carrying a faint coolness. Standing beside Wang Jingsu, Jiang Li even felt a slight chill. Jiang Li, do you know about the show I Am a Singer-Songwriter? No. It is a show focused on original music, and they invite singers of different levels from the music industry. And the director of this show is an alumnus of our academy. That is why Mr. Sun received an invitation for a spot. Jiang Li nodded. I see. Wang Jingsu continued. What I wanted to say is that this is a great opportunity for you. It will increase your public exposure. It will be a huge help to your career debut. If you can make it to the finals, you could even debut directly through this show. Jiang Li sighed. Actually, I do not have much interest in this show. Wang Jingsu, if you are interested, I can give this spot to you. However, before he could finish the sentence, Wang Jingsu said, also, I heard that if you take first place in the finals, the production team awards a 10 million yuan original music fund. Jiang Li said in surprise. Wang Jingsu asked confusedly, Jiang Li, what is wrong? Jiang Li's eyes widened, and he said in complete shock, what did you just say? If you take first place, the production team gives a 10 million yuan reward. Yes, Jiang Li grinned. Then I am definitely taking that 10 million. After Wang Jingsu left, Jiang Li was still in a state of excitement. 10 million, that is 10 million. With 10 million, I at least will not have to worry about my living expenses for the next few years at school. Whenever he thought about renting a place outside and how he had burned through his meager living expenses, Jiang Li's heart ached. Now it is fine. With this 10 million, I will not have to worry about money for a long time. System, I finally understand what I am chasing. Yes, the system understands too. Well, haha, money, here I come. I Am a Singer-Songwriter is an original music competition show. The production team invites singers from the music industry who are highly skilled at composing to participate in this program. Regarding the singer lineup, the production team adopted a combination of 5 categories: newcomers, vocal powerhouses, veteran singers, trending singers, and faded singers. Among the trending singers, I Am a Singer-Songwriter invited Zhang Yifan, a trending singer who maintains extremely high popularity year-round and whose new releases are always highly anticipated by fans. As for the faded singers, they invited those who were massively popular in previous years but have disappeared from the public eye recently. The officially announced ones are Ma Dai and Liang Bo. For the veteran singer, the production team invited Zhang Jun, who is skilled in songwriting and once publicly criticized a trending singer's work as a piece of shit. In terms of vocal powerhouses, singer-songwriter officially announced the Chinese female singer Jiang Li and the male singer Zhou Ting, who excels at rap. As for the lineup of newcomer singers, the official source has delayed releasing any actual information. This could not help but make the netizens look forward to it. Just who exactly are these remaining 2 newcomer singers? Jiang Li, you must have already looked into this show. I Am a Singer-Songwriter. In a certain music room, Sun Jiahua said to Jiang Li with a serious face. Jiang Li nodded. Yeah. This show does not just test singing skills, it tests the talent of a singer-songwriter even more. So before you go participate in this show, I want to ask you, which episode do you plan to make it to? Jiang Li said in a deep voice. Mr. Sun, from what I know, this show has a total of 12 episodes. Right. And in this show, whoever wins the overall championship can get 10 million in original music funding. Right. So I want to make it to the final episode and win the championship. Boom. As soon as these words came out, Sun Jiahua's eyes were filled with shock. Win the championship on what grounds? Jiang Li smiled faintly, and he said in a deep voice, on the grounds of the 12 original songs in my hands. In a certain villa. Lu Heng looked at the several sheets of sheet music in front of him, and he asked indifferently, have all these people been silenced? They have been silenced, young master. No one will know that these songs were written by someone else. Lu Heng nodded in satisfaction, a sneer appearing at the corner of his mouth. Jiang Li, to think your voice actually recovered. It seems the poison I gave you a year ago was not ruthless enough. If Jiang Li were here, he would definitely be shocked. Yes, a year ago the person who poisoned Jiang Li was none other than Lu Heng. At that time, after Jiang Li won first place in the vocal music department with the song Blooming Life, Lu Heng noticed Jiang Li. He knew Jiang Li was an extremely talented person. In order to stop Jiang Li's development, he directly had someone put poison in Jiang Li's water. And then, Jiang Li's throat was tainted by the poison. Why did Lu Heng want to do this when he and Jiang Li had never even met once? However, this was Lu Heng's cruel side. As long as someone could threaten him in the future, he would not hesitate to strangle them in the cradle. This is the Dark Forest Law. Looking at the several pieces of high-quality sheet music on the table, Lu Heng smiled. Jiang Li in my hands, you will not survive past the second episode. I Lu Heng will step on your shoulders and shine brightly in the music industry. The first episode of I Am a Singer-Songwriter is scheduled to premiere on July 1st. And the singers participating in this show need to rush to the recording site a week in advance to record the program. Fortunately, the recording site for I Am a Singer-Songwriter is set in the Magic City. If it were set in another city, relying purely on the few hundred yuan of living expenses on him, Jiang Li really might not have been able to go. Arriving at the recording hotel, Jiang Li understood a truth. Why he was called a newcomer singer by the production team. The reason was, he came to the recording hotel, yet there was not even a single person to receive him. Arriving at the lobby, Jiang Li took out an invitation letter, and he said to the young lady at the front desk, I am a singer here to participate in the show. I am a singer-songwriter. My name is Jiang Li. The receptionist looked Jiang Li up and down, and she said coldly, Wait a moment. Then she unhurriedly made a phone call. After finishing the call, the receptionist took out a room card, and she said indifferently, Your room is number 805, go up yourself. Jiang Li took the room card and was just about to leave when a loud noise suddenly echoed from outside the hotel. He saw a gorgeously dressed, handsomely styled young man, surrounded in the middle by a crowd, striding into the hotel. The receptionist's face immediately changed, her eyes twinkling with stars, as she said with a look of excitement, It is Yifan, He is really even more handsome in person than on TV. Yes. Flamboyant man before him, protected by the crowd, was exactly the trending singer Zhang Yifan, who had been massively popular in the entertainment circle in recent years. At this moment, Zhang Yifan's female assistant walked over, and she said indifferently, Open a room for our Yifan. The receptionist nodded hastily and agreed. Okay. Thus, the receptionist immediately helped Zhang Yifan with the check-in procedures, with an efficiency far quicker than when she helped Jiang Li. Jiang Li frowned slightly. When handling his check-in, why did not you need to call to ask? The receptionist's name was Gong Lin. Seeing Jiang Li ask this, a look of mockery immediately appeared on her face. I made a phone call to confirm your identity with the higher-ups. Who knows if you just picked up an invitation letter and walked in casually. But Zhang Yifan is different. His face is his invitation letter. Even without an invitation letter, I would still allow him in. Jiang Li clenched his fists, but he immediately released them again, and he smiled. You are quite right. After saying that, Jiang Li got on the elevator without looking back. Zhang Yifan looked at the departing back of this ordinarily dressed young man. For some reason, he felt a trace of threat from this guy. Deng. Issuing task, host is requested to challenge Zhang Yifan in the first episode of I Am a Singer-Songwriter and successfully win the challenge. Task completion reward, S-rank aura. Note, once the host possesses the S-rank aura, the host can freely switch his own aura. No matter what kind of aura, as long as the host recites it in his mind, he can switch it seamlessly. Jiang Li was slightly startled. Challenge Zhang Yifan. Yes. This is a bit interesting. System, if you do this, I am afraid I will be dissed by Zhang Yifan's fans once the show is broadcast. The system asked in return, Would the host be afraid? Ha 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 ha, system, you know me very well. Jiang Li rubbed his chin and he grinned. Alright, is not it just challenging Zhang Yifan? Just for this so-called S-rank aura, I have to give it a try. Little Fanfan, are you ready? At 10 in the morning, Jiang Li arrived at the hotel and rested for a few hours. By 6 in the evening, the production team required him to head to the recording studio. The format of I Am a Singer-Songwriter begins with 8 singer-songwriters gathering in a room, after which they take turns presenting the demos of their new songs. Immediately after that, the 8 singer-songwriters rank each other. The top 3 enter the upper tier, 4th through 7th enter the middle tier, and the one ranked 8th falls into the lower tier. After 2 rounds, any singer who remains in the lower tier is directly eliminated. It can be said that this first episode's demo session is a critical stage. Once your demo is ranked 8th, you face the immediate risk of elimination. Before Jiang Li entered the demo room, he received instructions from the production team. Hello, rookie singer-songwriter, Jiang Li. My name is Chi Cheng, the director of I Am a Singer-Songwriter. You can call me Director Chi. The man talking to Jiang Li was a slightly plump, middle-aged man, looking to be in his 40s. Jiang Li nodded. Yes, teacher Sun was my mentor when I was younger, so I am your senior. Seeing that Jiang Li remained calm and unsurprised, Qi Cheng asked curiously, "Why do not you look surprised at all?" Jiang Li slowly explained, "Because I had already guessed before coming here that there must be an executive on this show who has a teacher-student connection with teacher-son. It was easy to deduce." Seeing Jiang Li so unflappable, a spark of interest in him appeared in Qi Cheng's eyes. Jiang Li, as a newcomer, having this kind of composure is something I did not expect. Jiang Li smiled and did not reply. Qi Cheng continued, "As the director of this show and your senior, I want to give you some friendly advice. It would be best for your work to shine in the first few episodes. This way, when the show starts airing, you can catch the audience's attention more quickly. Teacher's son told me you are a talented newcomer. I have also listened to your songs, Blooming Life and Wilderness Hunter. They are both quite good. However, if you want to be a huge hit on this show, I need you to bring out an even more explosive new song." After saying that, Qi Cheng patted Jiang Li on the shoulder and said, "I have said all I can say. I hope you give a great performance." Jiang Li had not said a word from start to finish, because he felt there was simply no need. What was there to say to Qi Cheng? Tell him my work will surely impress him. Tell him my music is truly explosive. Explain all the good points of my songs. Forget it, he is in his 40s and has heard countless songs in his life. No matter what you say, he only needs to hear your song once to know exactly where it succeeds or fails. Therefore, there is no point in talking. Let my talent do the talking. Whether my song is good or not, you will know once you listen." Watching Jiang Li, who had not said anything overly boastful from start to finish, Qi Cheng could not help but chuckle softly. Quite a distinctive young man. Jiang Li, do not let your senior down. After Jiang Li left, a staff member reminded him, "Director Qi Zhang Yifan has arrived." The smile on Qi Cheng's face vanished, and he said indifferently, "Let him in." Upon arriving at the demo room, Jiang Li found that he was not the first one there. Right now, there was a man in his 30s wearing a baseball cap in the room, along with a female singer who looked to be in her 30s. Seeing Jiang Li walk in, the man in the cap said warmly, "I am Ma Dai, what is your name?" Jiang Li smiled and said, "My name is Jiang Li." Jiang Li. Ma Dai and Chen Li exchanged glances and both shook their heads, indicating they had not heard the name. Jiang Li explained, "I am a newcomer and have not officially debuted yet." Ma Dai nodded and grinned. "That is fine as long as you are here. Consider yourself debuted. Sing your demo well later and let us see what you have got." Jiang Li nodded. "No problem." Not long after he sat down, another man walked in, dressed in a very hip-hop style with an arrogant and cool demeanor. "Hey boys and girls, my name is Zhou Ting. I am a rapper." Zhou Ting became popular in the music scene after a hip-hop show a couple of years ago and now has some fame. Ma Dai and Chen Li both expressed their love for his work upon seeing him. "Zhou Ting, I love your song, Laughing in the World. It really captures the spirit of the pugilistic world. It is so cool to listen to. I like your song, Out of Nothing. It has a real attitude." Compared to the awkwardness when Jiang Li arrived, Ma Dai, Chen Li, and Zhou Ting had plenty to talk about. As for Jiang Li, he sat silently to the side, wearing headphones and listening to his own recorded demo. Immediately after, a middle-aged uncle in his 50s and a reticent man around 30 with a guitar also arrived in succession. These two were Zhang Jun and Liang Bo. Their arrival made the atmosphere in the room awkward. One was Zhang Jun, a big name in the music industry, who had previously criticized young idols in public. The other was Liang Bo, a powerhouse singer known for his silent and reserved personality. Jiang Li glanced at them and closed his eyes. However, at that moment, Jiang Li thought silently to himself, "If I want to win the championship, these two will be my toughest rivals on the road to victory." After a while, a sunny boy with a refreshing, constant smile walked in, and the moment he arrived, he glanced at Jiang Li. Then he introduced himself to the singer-songwriters in the room. "Hello seniors, my name is Lu Heng, a rookie singer-songwriter." Unlike pure newcomers like Jiang Li, Lu Heng had released several works online, and his music already had some popularity. For instance, the song, You Are the One I Love the Most had garnered significant attention upon release. He was considered a somewhat famous rookie singer. Therefore, as soon as Lu Heng appeared, Chen Li said excitedly, "I know you are only 20 this year, right, Lu Heng?" Lu Heng nodded with a smile. Yes, Sister Chen Li. Chen Li snapped back playfully. Call me Chen Li or Lily. Do not call me sister, it makes me sound so old. Lu Heng smiled. All right, Lilies. Unlike Jiang Li, Lu Heng hit it off with Zhou Ting, Chen Li, and Ma Dai as soon as he arrived. As for Jiang Li, when Lu Heng arrived, he showed no expression and just offered a casual greeting. Then he closed his eyes again. After waiting for about another half an hour, Zhou Ting grew impatient as the show had not started recording yet. Who is the last person that is still not here? Who do they think they are, making all of us wait? The other singer-songwriters chose to remain silent. It was just that. This last person had kept them waiting for too long. Finally, a few minutes later, the door opened, and a handsome, attractive young idol walked in, smiling. Hello everyone, I am Zhang Yifan. Zhang Yifan's appearance made the atmosphere at the scene even more lively. Even Zhou Ting, who was previously full of dissatisfaction about Zhang Yifan being late, could not help but smile when he saw that the last one to appear was Zhang Yifan. Yifan, I did not expect you to come to this show too. Zhang Yifan revealed an expression full of fighting spirit. Brother Zhou Ting, I came here to prove myself. I want to tell everyone that a popular idol singer can also write and sing good songs. Zhou Ting grinned and said, Yeah, I believe in you. At this time, Zhang Jun, who had not spoken the whole time, said coldly, Since everyone is here, let us begin. Do not waste time. Ding dong. A magnetic voice echoed in the room. Welcome everyone to I Am a Singer-Songwriter. I am Producer C. During the recording of the show, I will be watching you the whole time. Green doll head suddenly appeared on the screen. It was the one talking to the 8 singer-songwriters present just now. Producer C slowly spoke. Next, we will enter the new song demo mutual listening segment. Please have the 8 singer-songwriters each perform their new song demo. Afterward, the 8 singer-songwriters will each rank everyone from 1st to 8th in their minds. Combining the rankings of the 8 singer-songwriters, the one ranked last will directly enter the lower zone. After explaining the show's rules, Producer C disappeared. The atmosphere at the scene became heavy. No one spoke and no one stood up to do the trial singing. At this moment, Jiang Li, who had been completely silent, stood up. Then I will go. As soon as Jiang Li left the room and walked into the audition room, a buzz of discussion broke out in the room. I have been wanting to ask, is this young man a singer? Oh, his name is Jiang Li. He is a complete rookie. Has not he debuted yet? No way does he have any representative works. I do not know, there are no reports about Jiang Li on the internet. He must be an amateur planted by the show's production team. Lu Heng said with a smile. He is my schoolmate, we are in the same grade. Everyone showed a look of curiosity. Really, then how are his skills? Lu Heng smiled and he did not say anything more. Seeing Lu Heng smile without speaking, everyone thought that Jiang Li's skills were not that great. Did not you say? Even Lu Heng could not find anything to praise him for. For a moment, the singer-songwriters felt a trace of contempt for Jiang Li. Zhang Jun's face was even more indifferent, and he said in disgust, I hate these incompetent people with connections the most. If he does not have the skills, just eliminate him. Zhang Yifan was speechless for a moment. He felt that Zhang Jun's words were not only targeting Jiang Li, but even more so targeting himself. 7 singer-songwriters harbored their own ulterior motives, while Jiang Li also arrived at the audition room. He put on his headphones and tested the sound of the microphone. Seeing that there was no major problem, Jiang Li spoke. Flammable and explosive, thank you. Just these few short words made the 7 singer-songwriters present feel Jiang Li's attitude. The contempt in Zhang Jun's eyes disappeared, and he said in a deep voice, either he is talented, or he is just deliberately mystifying things. Ding dong. Jiang Li was singing and playing by himself, holding a guitar. And this guitar was exactly the one worth 200,000 that Lu Heng had lost to Jiang Li. Looking at this guitar, Lu Heng's face was gloomy. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Jiang Li strummed the strings. A bleak and chilling piece of music sounded. Wishing for me to go mad, yet wishing for me to be isolated and not live alone. Wanting me to be cold and glamorous, yet wanting me to be frivolous and cheap. Demanding me to be sunny, yet demanding my charm to remain unwavering. Mocking my helpless tears and laughter, yet mocking my heart for being like dead wood. As soon as these 4 lines came out, everyone in the audience gasped. Every singer-songwriter present could feel a trace of bleakness and a bewitching attitude. This song is not simple. Wow, his enunciation is so clear. Madness living alone, deadwood, cold and glamorous. Gasp, these lyrics are simply too cool, giving off a spooky feeling. The melody carries a spooky feel, and the lyrics match the melody perfectly. This intro is absolutely amazing. Jiang Li had only sung 4 lines, and only with guitar accompaniment, yet it made Zhang Chen Li, and Zhou Bo gasp in shock. They could all feel the powerful aspect of this song. This Jiang Li is not simple. Unfortunately, just as they wanted to continue listening, Jiang Li stopped. He did not sing the chorus. Bang! Zhang angrily slammed the table directly, and he said furiously, "How could you not sing the chorus? What kind of demo is this?" Liang Bo also sighed. "Alas, I was really looking forward to his upcoming chorus. What a pity, what a real pity." Chen Li said even more helplessly, "This young man truly has too much personality. However, having personality might not necessarily be a good thing." Jiang Li could not hear the comments of the singer-songwriters in the room. After singing these 4 lines, he just stopped directly. From start to finish, it did not take more than a minute. Returning to the room, seeing everyone silent, Jiang Li did not say anything and quietly sat back in his seat. Next, the remaining 7 singers each showcased their new song demos. Of course, many problems were also encountered during this. For example, Zhang Yifan frequently forgot the lyrics while singing his new song demo, and Zhou Ting's new song demo had no accompaniment, purely in a cappella solo. These problems all appeared. In the end, after all 8 singer-songwriters had finished singing their new song demos, producer C appeared again. Now, please have the 8 singer-songwriters each select their top 1 to 8 rankings in their minds. The final results will be announced tomorrow. After saying that, everyone stood up and left. Jiang Li was sitting in the cornermost seat, and he was also the last one to leave the room. When he left the room, he found Lu Heng waiting for him at the door. Jiang Li. Jiang Li frowned slightly. "Why have not you left yet?" Lu Heng smiled and said, "I have not left because I have something I want to say to you." "What do you want to say?" "Although you have obtained the qualification to participate in this show, I am a singer-songwriter. It does not mean you will become an instant hit. I am very much looking forward to going head-to-head with you in the upcoming competitions. If you choose me, I will properly teach you what a Chinese pop song is." Jiang Li frowned and said, "You want to challenge me?" "Challenge you? No, you do not have the qualifications for that yet. I am waiting for you to challenge me." After Lu Heng finished this sentence, Jiang Li could not help but laugh. "What are you laughing at?" "Me challenge you, Lu Heng, with your skill level. You are simply not worthy of my challenge." A trace of gloominess flashed across Lu Heng's eyes. "Jiang Li, do you think just because you beat me once in school, you are so great? This show does not just compete on songs, but also on popularity. What qualifications does an unknown rookie on the internet, like you have to be on the same stage with us? Do you believe it or not, as long as you challenge me once, I will make you lose convincingly." Seeing Lu Heng's arrogant and conceited expression, Jiang Li revealed a trace of contempt. "I will say it again, for me to challenge you, you are still not worthy. The show I Am a Singer-Songwriter lasts for 2 days. The first day is for listening to new song demos, and the second day is for the official performances." At 8 o'clock on the second night, Jiang Li received the final results. In the singer voting segment, his new song demo ranked 8th. In other words, he was the only singer-songwriter who was relegated to the lower zone. Upon receiving this result, Jiang Li felt both surprised and not that surprised. Because he knew he was the only newcomer among the 8 singer-songwriters, and the other 7 would not be particularly friendly to him. Furthermore, to build the right atmosphere for his song Flammable and Explosive, he had intentionally left out the chorus. In other words, his new song demo was not as complete as the others. However, in Jiang Li's opinion, there were at least 2 singer-songwriters present who could understand what he wanted to convey in Flammable and Explosive. It was a pity that he was still ranked 8th. This inevitably made Jiang Li feel disappointed. Is there really no one worthy of a challenge on this show? The rankings of the other 7 singer-songwriters were also announced. Those in the upper zone were Zhang Jun, Zhou Ting, and Liang Bo. Those in the middle zone were Zhang Yifan, Chen Li, Lu Heng, and Ma Dai. According to the rules, as someone in the lower zone, Jiang Li could choose one person from the middle zone to challenge. If If Jiang Li won the challenge, he would be promoted to the middle zone, while the challenged singer-songwriter would fall to the lower zone. As for the other three in the middle zone, they could choose their challengers from the upper zone. The same rules applied. Win and you move up, lose and you stay where you are. At this moment, the middle zone was bustling with activity. Yifen, I did not expect you to be in the middle zone. I thought you would make it to the upper zone. Lu Heng, stop flattering me. I know I forgot the lyrics, that is why my result was poor. Hey, forgetting lyrics is normal. I heard you put this new song together in just 2 days. Yeah, you will know what the song is all about when the time comes. I did not expect Jiang Li to be 8th. I actually gave him a pretty good ranking. Chen Li sighed and said. Among the 7 singer-songwriters, Chen Li had given Jiang Li the highest rank. She had given his new song demo a high score, ranking it 3rd, yet she did not expect Jiang Li to end up in 8th place. This was completely unexpected for Chen Li. In her view, flammable and explosive definitely deserved a spot in the top 3. Lu Heng wore a gentle smile as he began to speak. Jiang Li will come over to pick someone soon. I am actually looking forward to him picking me. Ma Dai waved his hand and said, I would rather not. We are not in the same genre. He is not a good fit for me. Chen Li said with a smile. I, for one, am looking forward to facing him. A few minutes later, Jiang Li walked in. He glanced at Zhang Yifen and said, Zhang Yifen, come with me. Zhang Yifen was slightly stunned, then he asked back, You are choosing me? Jiang Li looked puzzled. Are you in the upper zone? No. Well, there you go. Come to the lower zone and sit for a while. A look of disbelief appeared in Zhang Yifen's eyes. He completely had not expected Jiang Li to choose him. I am a trendy idol, you know. Are you out of your mind? Choosing me, have you lost it? With your popularity, are not you afraid of being roasted by netizens for picking me? Zhang Yifen took a deep breath. Jiang Li, you still have a chance to change your mind. Once we walk out of this room, everything is set in stone. Jiang Li frowned and said, Why are you talking so much? I said I am choosing you, so I am choosing you. Zhang Yifen smiled, stood up, and bid farewell to Chen Li, Lu Heng, and Ma Dai. Friends, wait for my return. After Jiang Li and Zhang Yifen left, Ma Dai shook his head and said, This youngster is trying to hitch a ride on Zhang Yifen's popularity to get famous. Lu Heng also looked regretful and said, After the show, I will go have a word with Jiang Li. He should not have done that. Only Chen Li fell into silence. Jiang Li, what is your real reason for choosing Zhang Yifen? The competition officially began, starting with the face-off between the upper and middle zones. The key feature of I Am a Singer-Songwriter is that every artist must present an original, unreleased song. The first match was between Zhou Ting and Lu Heng. Zhou Ting performed Joy, a song that was authentic rap mixed with rock, very much in his unique personal style. After the song, the audience erupted in continuous cheers. As for Lu Heng, he performed a ballad titled Stars. The quality of both songs was very good, but in the end, Zhou Ting won with the grand scale of his song and secured his spot in the upper zone. Lu Heng lost the challenge and was placed in the middle zone. Lu Heng, it is alright. Your song was a ballad after all, not as grand as Zhou Ting's. In terms of melody, your song was actually better. Yeah, I really like your Stars. I will be listening to it on repeat later. Facing the comfort from Chen Li and Ma Dai, Lu Heng felt dismissive in his heart. I chose a modest-sounding song on purpose. Did you really think that was the extent of my skills? However, on the surface, Lu Heng smiled and said, Yes, I understand. I will keep working hard. The following matches saw Chen Li challenging Liang Bo and Ma Dai challenging Zhang Jun. Unfortunately, both Chen Li and Ma Dai lost their challenges. Liang Bo and Zhang Jun were simply too strong. Chen Li and Ma Dai were no match for them. After listening to the 6 songs, Zhang Yifen said with a smile, As expected of the seniors, all 6 songs were excellent. Jiang Li said calmly, Let us go. Zhang Yifen laughed and said, Jiang Li, I will not go easy on you. Backstage. The moment Zhang Yifen appeared on stage, the 101 audience judges erupted into fierce screams and applause. Looking at the 101 judges below, Zhang Yifen smiled and said, Hello everyone, I am singer-songwriter Zhang Yifen. The song one I'm bringing today is my original, Love for the Lotus. The lotus is the gentleman among flowers. This song is what I want to say, and I hope everyone can become a gentleman just like the lotus. After he finished speaking, the applause was constant. Ma Dai saw this scene and could not help but exclaim, Zhang Yifan's popularity is truly high. I wish I had such high popularity. A flash of disgust crossed Zhang Jun's eyes, and he said coldly, HMPH, let us see how much talent you really have. Love for the Lotus was a niche song, and to Jiang Li and Zhang Jun, the lyrics felt incredibly pretentious and forced. Although Zhang Yifan said the song was about a lotus, Jiang Li and Zhang Jun could not find a single description of the essence of a lotus in the song. Throughout the song, Zhang Yifan sang and danced, even including a rap section. Finally, the song ended and he was drenched in sweat, putting on a show of having worked very hard. Thank you all. The scene fell into a brief silence, followed by a burst of screams from the girls. Ah, Zhang Yifan is so handsome. Standing backstage and watching this, Jiang Li could not help but shake his head and say, System asking me to challenge Zhang Yifan is bullying. The system. When Zhang Yifan returned backstage, he saw Jiang Li and said with a smile, Jiang Li, how was my performance? Jiang Li was speechless for a moment. Is this a hard question to answer? Do you want the truth or a lie? Zhang Yifan looked confused. Jiang Li's question completely baffled Zhang Yifan. The truth or a lie? Jiang Li, what is the truth and what is the lie? Jiang Li said calmly, Your song is not bad. Both the lyrics and the composition are very novel and full of ideas. Is that the truth? The lies? Zhang Yifan was speechless. Backstage, Qi Cheng's expression instantly changed upon seeing this. This Jiang Li is just too damn outspoken. In Qi Cheng's opinion, Zhang Yifan's song, Love for the Lotus, was very mediocre in both lyrics and composition. Even an internet singer might not dare to write such a trashy song. However, Zhang Yifan was, after all, a highly popular idol. You Jiang Li should have given Zhang Yifan some face no matter what. After all, Zhang Yifan had the support of tens of millions of fans behind him. With that many fans, if each of them just spat once, they could easily drown you, Jiang Li. Qi Cheng felt very helpless. Jiang Li, there's only one way for you to avoid getting flamed now. Sing a song that blows the whole audience away. The better it is, the safer you will be. Standing on the stage, Jiang Li looked at the 101 public judges below and took a deep breath. For the first time, this was his first time singing on a stage with an audience of several hundred people. Was Jiang Li afraid? No, he was not afraid. His feelings were just a bit complicated. A year ago, he should have already been here. However, he ended up waiting for a whole year. A year later, standing on the stage and looking at the audience, Jiang Li somehow started to feel excited. Jiang Li gripped the microphone tightly, revealing a determined expression. 10 million. For this 10 million, I will give it my all. Ding dong. Accompanied by a bleak and dreary prelude. Jiang Li's performance officially began. Wishing me madness, yet wishing me to perish in isolation. Wanting me aloof and glamorous, yet wanting me frivolous and lowly. Demanding I be sunny, while demanding my charm remain unwavering. Mocking my uncontrollable tears and laughter, mocking my heart that is like dead wood. As soon as these 4 lines came out, every single audience member gasped in shock. Gasp. This voice was simply too bewitching. Oh my god, just these 4 lines of lyrics gave me goosebumps all over. Madness, aloofness, frivolousness, and lowliness. My goodness, these lyrics really have so much attitude. Compared to the song Love for the Lotus just now, these 4 lines of lyrics alone can absolutely crush it. This song has me looking forward to it. I wonder how this young man will sing the chorus next. These 4 lines. Jiang Li had already sung them to the other 7 singer-songwriters present during the new song demo segment. At that time, Jiang Li accompanied himself with just a guitar, yet he managed to captivate many of the singer-songwriters. And now, the moment the complete accompaniment kicked in, that bleak and maddening feeling grew even stronger among the singer-songwriters. Zhang Jun's eyes widened, filled with shock at Jiang Li's song. He is definitely not someone who got in through the back door. Liang Bo also nodded helplessly and said, In my opinion, he will be a dark horse in this show. Just 4 lines of lyrics captivated 99% of the public judges present. They were all looking forward to the upcoming chorus. However, would Jiang Li disappoint them? After the 4 lines, the chorus began. Granting me a dream, yet granting me a swift awakening. slumbering with me, yet mercilessly wasting my time. Loving my purity, yet loving my nakedness without decadence. Watching me play and sing to myself, while watching me completely heartbroken. Boom! Everyone's eyes widened in amazement. What kind of heavenly song is this? Jiang Li went up an octave, instantly raising the key of the entire piece. Before the chorus hit, many had speculated that Jiang Li's song, inflammable and explosive, would stick to a cold and somber tone, and that he probably would not hit any very high notes during the chorus. However, everyone had underestimated this song. In the chorus, Jiang Li jumped up a full octave. Boom! As soon as the chorus broke out, the entire venue erupted. My God, what kind of divine song is this? It is explosive, the chorus totally blew me away. Oh my God, it sounds so good, the chorus is just incredible. Hearing this, I have decided to name this the most stunning performance of the episode. Jiang Li gripped the microphone tightly, and with the boost of his top-tier vocal talent, his performance of inflammable and explosive was incredibly infectious. Countless people were stunned by his vocal technique, as well as the song's unique arrangement and lyrics. In terms of lyrics, inflammable and explosive clearly stated Jiang Li's attitude. Rebellious, manic, lazy, explosive. This was the main theme described by the song. For the arrangement, Jiang Li used a style rarely seen in the current music scene, making the song even more unique. The composition was anything but formulaic. In his delivery, Jiang Li alternated between low-pitched murmurs and operatic vocal runs, giving the whole song an ethereal quality. Boom! Right at that moment, Jiang Li hit a powerful American-style high note. You flirt with me and lose yourself in my eyes. You seek my true feelings and get lost in my gaze. You want to elope with me and not be my subject. You praise my budding charm and my secretive ways. Boom! Everyone in the audience had their eyes wide open, filled with nothing but awe. Zhou Ting, who had always looked down on newcomers, could not help but curse in amazement when he heard this part. Good heavens! Lu Heng's eyes were full of shock, and he wore an expression of disbelief. Jiang Li, your vocal skills, actually. Chen Li was teary-eyed. After hearing this full version of inflammable and explosive, her heart felt strangely pained. This song is not it written about me. Rebellious, lonely, manic. All of this was exactly my state of mind before I debuted. Before her debut, Chen Li was just an underground singer, enduring the judgmental stares of everyone every single day. The misunderstanding of family, the ridicule of friends, the frivolous remarks of strangers. All of these things weighed heavily on Chen Li's heart. Now hearing this inflammable and explosive, she found a glimmer of resonance. Perhaps this song represents exactly who I was back then. Jiang Li, I never expected you to have the same state of mind as me. For a moment, Chen Li felt a sudden sense of kinship with Jiang Li. When the song ended, Jiang Li finally loosened his grip on the microphone. Before performing inflammable and explosive, Jiang Li had only two things on his mind. First, to defeat Zhang Yifan and complete the mission. Second, to impress everyone and make it to the finals to win the championship. However, when he actually performed the song, he truly felt a surge of power within it. This power was driving Jiang Li to keep going. A flicker of confusion crossed Jiang Li's eyes. So, is this the magic of music? 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. The whole venue fell into a brief silence, and then, the moment the first round of applause started, it erupted into thunderous cheers. This round of applause was the most intense one since the start of this season. Well sung. That was amazing. I love this song, inflammable and explosive. Such a song with attitude. This will be on my playlist for the next week. On repeat for a week, please. I am listening to this for a month. I am going to listen to it for a lifetime. Accompanied by the applause and cheers, Jiang Li slowly picked up the microphone. Everyone at the venue went quiet. They were all eagerly waiting to hear what Jiang Li would say next. Jiang Li lifted the microphone slowly, his eyes filled with determination. I am singer-songwriter Jiang Li. I am singer-songwriter Jiang Li. Just these few short words clearly expressed Jiang Li's attitude. Is he a newcomer? Yes. Is he just a wet behind-the-ears kid? Yes. But on this stage, he has only one identity, a singer-songwriter. As soon as these words were spoken, many girls in the audience could not help but scream. Ah, this is too cool. He looks so tough, and I did not expect his words to be so tough too. I love it. Jiang Li, I have remembered your name. Exactly, just for these words of yours, I am going to vote for you. Jiang Li said nothing more. He bowed to the audience and then walked off the stage. At this moment, Zhang Yifan was waiting for Jiang Li off stage. Watching Jiang Li walking towards him, for some unknown reason, a hint of fear actually appeared in Zhang Yifan's eyes. If possible, he absolutely would not have let Jiang Li choose him. Because Jiang Li was truly too terrifying. Jiang Li and Zhang Yifan sat on a long bench, and at this time, producer C appeared on the screen in front of them. This familiar green doll head. You two singer-songwriters, the 101 public judges have finished voting, and I will now report the voting results. Between the two of you, the winner will head to the middle zone, while the loser will go to the lower zone. The singer-songwriter in the lower zone will face the possibility of elimination in the second episode. If in the second episode, this lower zone singer-songwriter does not challenge successfully, then at the end of the second episode, he will be directly eliminated. After producer C finished speaking, Zhang Yifan broke out in a cold sweat. After Jiang Li finished singing the song Flammable and Explosive, Zhang Yifan could already predict the outcome. Sure enough, producer C slowly spoke. In this round, the winner is Jiang Li. Zhang Yifan, it is a pity, but you will have to head to the lower zone. A hint of dimness flashed across Zhang Yifan's eyes, and he nodded. Okay. After Zhang Yifan left, producer C continued. Jiang Li, your song Flammable and Explosive is very good. I hope that in the next few episodes, you will continue to bring high-quality works. Jiang Li smiled slightly. Of course. Ding. Congratulations to the host for successfully challenging Zhang Yifan, crushing him with a huge score of 95-5, now distributing the reward, S-Class Aura. The next moment, Jiang Li only felt an endless stream of memories flooding into his mind. The previous second, Jiang Li was an incomparably domineering king. The next second, Jiang Li was a scholar with a delicate aura. This change in aura was truly a huge surprise for Jiang Li. From now on, when acting, I can just play myself every time. Ultimately, Jiang Li turned off this S-Class aura, and he turned back into the calm-looking Jiang Li. This was his original aura. Middle zone. At this moment, when the showdown between Zhang Yifan and Jiang Li ended, the middle zone exploded. Ma Dai asked directly, "Who do you guys think will be the winner of this match?" Chen Li said with a firm expression, "I support Jiang Li. His song Flammable and Explosive really completely blew me away." Lu Heng, however, smiled and said, "But I actually think Zhang Yifan's song is also very good. I really like it." A hint of disdain flashed in Ma Dai's eyes, but on the surface he said with a grin, "Yeah, Yifan indeed gave me some surprise. However, my biggest surprise is still Jiang Li, so I think Jiang Li won this one." Great. At this time, the door of the middle zone was opened. Zhang Yifan appeared at the door of the middle zone. Ma Dai and Chen Li asked in shock, "Yifan, did you win?" A trace of joy appeared on Lu Heng's face. "I knew you would win." However, Zhang Yifan gave a bitter smile. He waved his hand and said, "I am here to say goodbye to you all. I am going to the lower zone." After saying that, Zhang Yifan left the middle zone. Chen Li and Ma Dai and the others looked at Lu Heng with weird expressions. Lu Heng was completely speechless. Slam. That really hurts. The first episode of I Am a Singer-Songwriter has come to an end. In this first episode, Lu Heng challenged Zhou Ting and Zhou Ting won. Chen Li challenged Liang Bo and Liang Bo won. Ma Dai challenged Zheng Jun and Zheng Jun won. Jiang Li challenged Zhang Yifan and Jiang Li won. Seeing these final results, all the singer-songwriters who were originally in the middle tier lost the spark in their eyes. The middle tier completely defeated. This result left Ma Dai, who was in the middle tier, blushing with embarrassment. We actually lost every single match. At this moment, Lu Heng spoke up. Next episode, I will definitely win it back. Chen Li's eyes were also filled with fighting spirit. That is right, I will definitely succeed in my challenge next episode. Among the four, only Jiang Li seemed the most laid back. Because he realized that apart from Liang Bo and Zheng Jun, he really could not find anyone else in the top tier to challenge. After the recording finished, the singer-songwriters left the hotel one by one. Out of the 8, Jiang Li was the most high-spirited. because his song Flammable and Explosive had earned the respect of singer-songwriters like Zhang Jun, Zhou Ting, and Chen Li. Unfortunately, the moment Jiang Li stepped out of the hotel, he realized with a bitter feeling that he was still incredibly broke. He only had a few hundred yuan on him when he arrived, and now that the first episode was over, he still had that same few hundred yuan. Jiang Li looked up at the sky. It was already late at night. Jiang Li swallowed hard and then comforted himself. "It is fine, I am a grown man. I will not get robbed at night. I guess I will skip the taxi ride back to my rental place." For the next few days, Jiang Li stayed in his rental room sleeping away. When he was hungry, he would just cook some noodles for himself. When he had nothing to do, he would play some video games. In short, Jiang Li perfectly embodied the typical behavior of a college student on break. Just like that, time arrived at the night of July 1st. At 8 o'clock in the evening, I Am a Singer-Songwriter officially premiered exclusively on IQIYI Video. Before the launch, I Am a Singer-Songwriter had already grabbed plenty of attention online thanks to Zhang Yifan. It could be said that, for the show I Am a Singer-Songwriter, over 70% of the buzz was driven by Zhang Yifan's fans. And now, as soon as it hit 8 o'clock, the show officially aired. In an instant, the screen was flooded with comments. The comments were filled with phrases like, "Go Zhang Yifan is so handsome, and Zhang Yifan is the best." The camera work did not disappoint Zhang Yifan's fans either. Right at the beginning of the episode, Zhang Yifan appeared on screen. "Zhang Yifan, we are very happy that you could join the show I Am a Singer-Songwriter. May I ask what your original intention was for joining this show?" Zhang Yifan sat in front of the camera looking handsome, and he smiled. "I hope that my appearance can break the online misconceptions about young idols. Young idols can also write good works and sing good songs." These two sentences immediately sent the comment section into a frenzy. "Ah, Yifan is so handsome. That is right, Yifan is right, I support you. Go Yifan, the championship of this show must belong to you." The camera shifted, and the viewers saw the 8 singer-songwriters arriving at the venue, one after another. They were either awkward or getting along well. When Jiang Li appeared, the viewers started to wonder, "Who is this young man? I have never seen him before. Yeah, his expression is so nonchalant. Could he be some kind of hidden gem singer? There is no information about this guy named Jiang Li online. He must be a nobody. No way does a nobody even deserve to be on a show like I Am a Singer-Songwriter." In an instant, the internet was filled with mockery and suspicion directed at Jiang Li. Jiang Li's appearance made netizens confused, but most people just treated him as a nobody. Therefore, after a brief discussion, their focus returned to the other singer-songwriters. Zhou Ting is still so flamboyant. As expected, rappers are all very arrogant. Who did I just see? The veteran singer brother Zhang Jun is actually participating in this show too. Oh my god, this show is amazing. They actually invited 2 capable singer-songwriters, Liang Bo and Zhang Jun. I am afraid it will be a bit difficult for my Yifan to win the championship. Who is this handsome guy? His smile is so healing, I really like him. Lu Heng, I know him. He has posted short videos and his original songs online. He is a pretty good singer-songwriter. Wait, are this Jiang Li and Lu Heng from the same school? They are actually alumni. Oh, where is my Yifan? Why is not he here yet? Finally, the moment Zhang Yifan appeared on the scene, the internet completely exploded. "Zhang Yifan is so handsome. I love you, Yifan. I want to have your babies. Come on, Yifan, we will always support you." The live comments were immediately flooded by Zhang Yifan's fans. Many casual netizens could not help but frown when they saw this scene. Can you Zhang Yifan fans quiet down for a moment? This is a music show, not Zhang Yifan's solo performance. Exactly, it would not be a big deal if Zhang Yifan actually had some talent. He has been in the industry for years. Does he have a single decent masterpiece? Bah, Zhang Yifan's fans are so disgusting, I want to throw up. The fans immediately retorted. Even though our Yifan does not have a masterpiece, he is handsome and hardworking. You guys are just jealous, nakedly jealous. Our Yifan is so kind and hardworking. What right do you have to scold him? For a time, direct confrontation between casual viewers and Zhang Yifan's fans pushed the popularity of Zhang Yifan and I Am a Singer-Songwriter straight onto the Weibo trending list. Now, a topic appeared online. In the first episode of I Am a Singer-Songwriter, who challenged Zhang Yifan and who could take Zhang Yifan down. As soon as this Weibo topic came out, it immediately attracted widespread attention from netizens. Many viewers who did not know about the show, I Am a Singer-Songwriter, saw such an interesting topic. Subsequently, they clicked into the show. Finally, after 1/3 of the show had passed, they finally got the result they were waiting for. I want to challenge you, Zhang Yifan. When Jiang Li said these words, all the netizens showed looks of shock. At this moment, everyone had only one thought in their minds. This rookie singer-songwriter named Jiang Li is crazy for fame. The show continued. Although the traffic center of the show was Zhang Yifan, the other singer-songwriters on the show also received attention from netizens. As expected, the most explosive rap in the whole show belongs to Zhou Ting. A veteran is still a veteran, that voice is so grand. Even though this handsome guy Lu Heng lost, his humble attitude is just so likable. I have decided to become his fan. Ma Dai's folk song is a bit too soft. I still prefer the song Mountain he wrote 10 years ago. Chen Li's style is still as unique as ever. Among female Chinese singers, I am afraid you cannot find another singer as special as her. Brother Zhang Jun is using his skills to teach the other young singer-songwriters a lesson. By participating in this show, he is really picking on the youngsters. Liang Bo's rock music is so comforting, I like him. However, his personality is still too dull. After the 6 singer-songwriters each finished their performances, and the final results came out. The netizens' attention was all focused on Jiang Li and Zhang Yifan. Because this was the real highlight of the first episode. The moment Zhang Yifan stepped onto the stage, the screen was flooded with a frenzy of scrolling comments. Ah, Yifan's look is just too handsome. The lotus is the gentleman among flowers. Yifan's concept here is really high level. I just wonder how he will perform. Haha, my Yifan is the best. Super excited for Yifan's upcoming performance. However, Zhang Yifan's song, Loving the Lotus, left the netizens stunned. The whole song lasted less than 2 minutes. Although there is no strict rule for song length, a song should at least feel complete. And after listening to this Loving the Lotus, the netizens had only one feeling. What the hell, why is the story only half told? What kind of song is this anyway? In an instant, casual fans were deeply disappointed, and even the die-hard fans had their mouths hanging open. A sense of awkwardness crept into their hearts. Of course, the brainless stans were still blindly praising him. Ah, it sounds so good. This is the best song I have heard tonight. My Yifan is indeed the best. That is right, Yifan is the best. Go Yifan. However, as soon as these comments appeared, they were immediately bombarded by casuals and rational fans. This sounds good. I listened to it over and over and still do not get what this junk is. The trashiest song of the night, bar none. Stop the blind praise. Even as a fan, I think this song is mediocre. Today's traffic stars, they all live in the bubbles of their fans' praise and have no self-awareness at all. This made the brainless stans unhappy, and they turned their hostility toward Jiang Li. Even if Yifan's performance was not great, I bet he is still better than this nobody. Exactly who does this Jiang Li think he is, to think he dares to challenge our Yifan? The camera shifts. When Zhang Yifan asked Jiang Li how his performance was, Jiang Li bluntly replied, "Do you want the truth or a lie?" Boom! At this moment, Zhang Yifan's fans were furious. Jiang Li, if you cannot sing this song well, we will drag your name through the mud. How arrogant you think you are something special, Jiang Li. No matter what you sing, I will not listen to it a second time. For a time, even before Jiang Li took the stage, he was already being slandered everywhere. However, the moment Jiang Li stepped onto the stage and started singing flammable and explosive, the netizens froze for a second, and then they all gasped in shock. This song. Jing Cheng is a reclusive sophomore student attending an expensive second-tier university. In the dorm, because of his plain looks and tight budget, he did not get along well with his roommates. Jing Cheng, we're going to eat heidilao tonight. How about you? However, before he could finish, another roommate mocked him. Do not bother asking him. With how broke he looks, we will end up covering his share when it is time to split the bill. Jing Cheng stayed silent. Even though in his heart, he had already planned to use his meal money for the entire week just to join them for a meal. Luo Minfa hesitated for a moment, sighed, and said, "Let us go." And just like that, as time went by, every time the dorm organized an activity, his roommates would automatically leave Jing Cheng out. Jing Cheng felt miserable inside. He even developed mild depression. At 10:00 p.m. on July 1st, Jing Cheng opened his music player and noticed a single titled Flammable and Explosive. For some reason, he clicked on it. May I be like smoke, may I be beautiful yet languid. Watch me obsessed and wild, watch me witty and poised. Want me stunning and want me to kill without blinking. Wish me happiness henceforth, and wish me to wither away without crossing over. 5 minutes later, Jing Cheng's face was filled with shock. This song is not this song singing about me. The next moment, Jing Cheng's eyes were filled with determination. I know how I should live my life now. Consistent with the situation during recording, before the song Flammable and Explosive came out, everyone was dismissive of Jiang Li. However, when the song Flammable and Explosive came out, netizens went absolutely crazy. Oh my god, this song is too freaking amazing. The melody is beautiful, the lyrics are full of attitude, and Jiang Li's singing skills have also made me see him in a new light. The chorus suddenly went up an octave. That was such a pleasant surprise. I have decided to put this song on loop. I remember the guy above. He just said a moment ago that he would not listen to it a second time. For a time, the internet was full of discussions about Flammable and Explosive. Even Zhang Yifen's fans had to admit it after hearing Flammable and Explosive. Compared to Love Lotus, the song Flammable and Explosive was simply far superior. Furthermore, it would not be an exaggeration to consider Flammable and Explosive the #1 hit song of this round. Everyone's eyes were full of complex emotions. They originally thought Jiang Li was just a bronze, but unexpectedly he turned out to be a king. In an instant, many netizens even started teasing Jiang Li. Jiang Li, why are you bullying a newbie for no reason? Bullying Zhang Yifen like this, are not you afraid he will whine and cry to you? Ultimately, the moment producer C announced Jiang Li's victory in front of the camera, it caused a massive stir on the internet. Related Weibo topic Jiang Li versus Zhang Yifen, Jiang Li wins, also rushed to the top of Weibo's trending searches within just a few minutes. Riding on Zhang Yifen's popularity, Jiang Li made his mark on the internet for the first time. More and more netizens learned that in the show I Am a Singer-Songwriter, a newcomer to the music scene had appeared out of nowhere. He defeated Zhang Yifen with the song Flammable and Explosive. And his name was Jiang Li. Jiang Li sneezed, rubbed his nose, and muttered to himself, "Am I catching a cold?" Walking on the bustling streets of the Magic City, a hint of helplessness flashed across Jiang Li's face. It was late at night, and Jiang Li was already preparing for bed, but he was called out by a phone call from Wang Jingsu. At first, Jiang Li did not want to come out. However, on the other end of the phone, Wang Jingsu said, "Jiang Li, I have found a money-making business deal for you." Making money. Making money. Upon hearing these two familiar words, Jiang Li excitedly ran out. He could not help it. He was too short of money right now. These past few days, Jiang Li was either sleeping or playing on his phone, not daring to go out for a stroll at all. Because the outside world was full of temptations, and as long as he came out, he was bound to spend money. He only had a few hundred yuan on him, which could not survive being spent. Meeting at a cafe, Jiang Li saw Wang Jingsu, who had been waiting for a long time. Today, Wang Jingsu was wearing a white dress, revealing 2 slender legs and cool sandals on her feet. With delicate light makeup on her face, her aloof temperament added a lot of points to this outfit. The campus belle of the Magic City Music Academy truly lived up to her reputation. Staring at Wang Jingsu, Jiang Li was slightly stunned. Wang Jingsu's face turned slightly red. It was the first time she did not feel annoyed being stared at by a boy. What is wrong with me? At this time, Jiang Li suddenly spoke up. Wang Jingsu, I have a question to ask you. Do you have a boyfriend? Number, I do not. Wang Jingsu was a bit confused, not knowing why Jiang Li would suddenly ask this. Could it be he is? Oh, I thought since you dressed up so beautifully, you were going to see your boyfriend later. Jiang Li touched his head and chuckled. It seems I overthought it. Wang Jingsu was left speechless. Wang Jingsu, you still have not told me how you are going to help me make money. Jiang Li had not forgotten that Wang Jingsu had explicitly stated on the phone that she had a money-making business opportunity to introduce to him. Hearing Jiang Li's question, Wang Jingsu took a quick look at the time and offered an apologetic look. Jiang Li, wait a little longer, he has not arrived yet. They waited until 9:30 in the evening. A middle-aged man in his 40s, dressed casually, walked up to Wang Jingsu's table with long strides. "Jingsu, I am late." Wang Jingsu quickly said, "Uncle Chen, this is Jiang Li, the one I told you about on the phone." The middle-aged man, Chen Weikeng, was a small-time director. He had recently finished producing a youth-themed web series with a budget of 5 million yuan, and now that the production was complete, he urgently needed a theme song. Due to the limited budget, Chen Weikeng did not choose to hire first or second-tier singers from the music industry to write his song. Because, in the current industry, hiring a first-tier singer to write a song costs at least 1 million yuan or more. Even hiring a second-tier singer would cost at least 500,000 yuan. For Chen Weikeng, who had put his entire net worth into making this youth drama, he simply could not afford it. Consequently, Chen Weikeng hoped his distant niece, Wang Jingsu, could help him. However, Wang Jingsu recommended someone else to Chen Weikeng instead. "Uncle Chen, this is the Jiang Li I mentioned on the phone." Eyeing Jiang Li, Chen Weikeng frowned and said, "Jingsu, I only came because I trust you, but who is this guy?" Wang Jingsu introduced him. "He is a fellow student who entered our school's vocal department as the top scorer. Uncle Chen, he is very talented." Chen Weikeng interrupted. "Even if I cannot afford first or second-tier singers, I am not going to hire a complete nobody to write a song for me. He does not even have a bit of fame. What right does he have to write a song for me?" Wang Jingsu was slightly taken aback, then said, "Uncle Chen, I can play you a song that Jiang Li wrote, and you can make your decision after listening." "No night," Chen Weikeng refused. He picked up his briefcase, a look of disdain on his face. "Young man, keep working hard." However, just at that moment, a burst of cheers erupted in the coffee shop. This immediately caught everyone's attention, and Wang Jingsu, Chen Weikeng, and the others looked toward the source of the cheering. As it turned out, the cafe owner was broadcasting the show I Am a Singer-Songwriter. When they saw Jiang Li defeat Zhang Yifan with the song Flammable and Explosive, many young people on the scene cheered. "This Jiang Li is amazing. The song he just sang, Flammable and Explosive, was truly incredible. Right, I actually got goosebumps when I heard it just now. Hahaha, so what if he is a pop idol? He's still lost to a newcomer in the music scene. I'm a fan of Jiang Li's personality now. The guy really has genuine talent." Chen Weikeng stared at Jiang Li on the screen, and the next moment, he turned his head sharply toward the real Jiang Li sitting in front of him. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. Chen Weikeng said in shock. You are that guy on TV." Jiang Li, who had not spoken until now, flashed an amused smile. "Director Chen, do I qualify now?" Chen Weikeng's face flushed, and he opened his mouth to say something. However, Jiang Li did not give him the chance. The next moment, Jiang Li stood up, grinned at Wang Jingsu and said, "Well, my mom is calling me home for dinner, so I will be going first." "Hey Wang Jingsu, what is up? Is it really okay to leave your uncle hanging at the cafe like that?" Just let him be." On the street, Jiang Li and Wang Jingsu were walking side by side. Wherever Wang Jingsu went, she drew frequent second glances from both men and women. Guys would drool over her, while girls would look at her with eyes full of envy. "Jiang Li, I am sorry." After a long while, Wang Jingsu finally spoke up slowly. Under the cover of the night, Wang Jingsu apologized to Jiang Li. "It is fine, you meant well. But now my good intentions have only made things worse." Jiang Li smiled, suddenly thinking of something. He said, "By the way, thanks for standing up for me on the day of the exam." Wang Jingsu blushed slightly and waved her hand. "It is nothing. Even if it were someone else being talked about like that, I still would have stood up for them." "Is that so?" Jiang Li showed a look of sudden realization, shrugged and said, "All right then, I am taking off." With that, Jiang Li waved and walked away. Wang Jingsu froze. She completely did not expect Jiang Li to just ditch her here. Then, looking exasperated, she stomped her foot and said, "Even though Shanghai is safe, could not you at least show some gentlemanly manners? Jiang Li, you should at least walk me back to campus." Early the next morning, Jiang Li was woken up by urgent knocking on his door. Outside, the landlady's roar echoed. You brat, I know you are in there. Get up and pay your rent. Jiang Li rubbed his head. As soon as he opened the door, he saw a middle-aged woman with a thick waist and a face full of wrinkles. At this moment, she stood with her hands on her hips, glaring angrily at Jiang Li. Jiang Li, you are already a week behind on rent. Let me tell you, if you do not pay up now, I will kick you out. Jiang Li felt very helpless. A week ago, I was out recording a show. However, right now Jiang Li only had a few $100 to his name. If she wanted him to pay rent, he really could not afford it. So, Jiang Li put on a flattering smile and said, Mrs. Landlady, could you give me a few more days of grace? I will have the money in a few days. I will definitely transfer it to you then. The landlady looked Jiang Li up and down. She stroked her chin and revealed a meaningful smile. It is not impossible for me to give you a few days, but that depends on your sincerity. Huh, what sincerity? Jiang Li was a bit confused. If you sleep with me for a night, I might just give you another half week. Jiang Li was left speechless. He immediately refused. Impossible. Do I look like the kind of man who would sell his body for rent? Bah. The landlady roared. Then be a good boy and pay the rent. Susu, is it really necessary for us to come looking for a newcomer in the music scene to ask for a song? At this moment, downstairs from Jiang Li's rental apartment, a middle-aged woman looked at a girl wearing a mask and a baseball cap and spoke helplessly. Hearing the middle-aged woman say this, the girl in the mask and baseball cap immediately grinned and said, Sister Yang, I listened to Flammable and Explosive last night, and I realized what my new album is missing is a song just like it. So as long as this Jiang Li can write a song that satisfies me, I will buy it even if I have to pay a high price. Sister Yang said helplessly, But there is no need for you to come here in person. If it is just asking for a song, you could have just left it to us. Deng Susu chuckled and said, I am just taking the opportunity to slack off a bit. If I stay at the company, I have to practice singing, and it is so tiring. Sister Yang glanced at the dilapidated rental building and frowned. Is there something wrong with our grapevine? I cannot believe Jiang Li lives in such a rundown place. The rental apartment Jiang Li lived in was not far from his university. It was in an urban village, and the exterior of the building looked incredibly dilapidated. At the very least, living in a place like this was unfathomable to a professional agent like Sister Yang. A hint of nostalgia flashed through Deng Susu's eyes. This Jiang Li, he is too much like the old me. Before my debut, I lived in a place even worse than this. Sister Yang, I cannot wait to meet him now. Sister Yang sighed. Let us go up then. Jiang Li, you only have two choices now. Either pay this month's rent of 1,500 or get out of this apartment. The landlady stared at Jiang Li with a cold expression. Jiang Li clenched his fists and sighed to himself. Could it be that I have to move back to the dormitory again? Just then, an abrupt female voice suddenly came from outside the door. Excuse me, does Jiang Li live here? A girl wearing a baseball cap and a mask appeared outside the apartment. Jiang Li was slightly stunned and asked in confusion, Are you looking for me? Deng Susu stared at Jiang Li for a moment and said, You look more pleasant in person. Jiang Li remained silent. Jiang Li frowned and asked, Who are you? Deng Susu took off her mask and baseball cap, revealing her exquisite face. My name is Deng Susu, and I am a singer. However, an awkward scene ensued. Instead of showing any sign of surprise, Jiang Li looked utterly blank. Deng Susu, never heard of you. Deng Susu's mouth twitched, and she said indignantly, How can you have never heard of me? I am Deng Susu. Jiang Li shook his head. Maybe you are not that popular. Maybe you are not that popular. The moment Jiang Li said those words, Deng Susu felt a sudden urge. She really wanted to slap her size 6 shoe onto his size 10 face. Ph. This guy Jiang Li is too infuriating. Sister Yang took out a business card and said in a deep voice, Here is the thing, Jiang Li. Susu and I are here to ask you for a song. We heard your song Flammable and Explosive last night, and we both think it is very good. Do you have any other unreleased songs with the same attitude and avant-garde arrangement as that one? Jiang Li replied casually, Oh, that kind of song, I have plenty. Deng Susu's eyes widened. Jiang Li, you are not bluffing, are you? Jiang Li shrugged and said, Do not you believe me? I do not. The next moment, Jiang Li picked up the most valuable thing in his apartment, a guitar worth 200,000. Strum. He plucked the strings right in front of Deng Susu and Sister Yang. Jiang Li began to sing directly, afraid to look back, glancing around with an unnatural secret crush, constantly trying to strike up a conversation, feeling so restless. Testing the waters with a good night, how hollow and heartbreaking. Without any intro, he just started singing. Deng Susu's eyes widened, and she said in shock, "Jiang Li, why did not you play an intro?" However, Jiang Li did not pay any attention to her and continued to play and sing the new song to himself. One guitar and an unadorned voice. It was such a simple combination, yet it made Deng Susu involuntarily continue to listen. Indulging the things I like and the things I hate. The things I spoil and the things I am tired of, one by one slowly fading away. Indulging in being willful and casual. Wantonly and easily overturning all the joy. When the first chorus was sung by Jiang Li, Deng Susu was completely captivated by the song. The style of this song, I have never heard anything like it before. This song, I love it. However, as soon as the first chorus ended, Jiang Li's singing stopped abruptly. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Deng Susu's eyes widened and she hurriedly asked, "Jiang Li, why did you stop singing?" Jiang Li gave her a sideways look. "Do you know the industry rules? Until this song is sold, I only provide a simple demo." Deng Susu's eyes were filled with regret. She really wanted to hear the rest of the song. But Jiang Li was right, business is business. If she wanted to hear the complete version, she had to buy it. Deng Susu took a deep breath and said in a deep voice, "Jiang Li, how much do you want for this song?" Jiang Li said calmly, 500,000. Boom. Upon hearing this, both Deng Susu and Sister Yang were filled with shock. 500,000. As soon as this price was stated, Sister Yang was absolutely shocked. She had never expected Jiang Li to ask for such an exorbitant price, demanding 500,000 for a single song in one breath. After all, in the current entertainment industry, songs written by top-tier songwriters are priced around 1 million. Songs written by second-tier songwriters go for around 500,000. And now, Jiang Li was directly asking for 500,000 a song. Did not this mean that Jiang Li's current ability was no less than that of a second-tier songwriter? Sister Yang snorted coldly, saying with a frosty expression, "Jiang Li, you really have the nerve to ask for such a steep price. 500,000 for a song. Why do not you just rob a bank?" Jiang Li spread his hands and grinned. "There is one thing you need to get straight." "What is it?" "Right now, you are the ones asking me for a song, not me begging you to buy one. If you feel the price is inappropriate, you do not have to buy it. I would not force a sale anyway, right? Besides, I think this song, Little Half, is worth 500,000. What do you say, Deng Susu?" Saying this, Jiang Li looked at Deng Susu with a smile. Deng Susu bit her lip, feeling a bit hesitant. On one hand, she felt that 500,000 was too high. With 500,000, she could buy at least 2 songs for her new album. Currently, Deng Susu's new album had a total of 10 songs. Excluding the 3 songs she handled both lyrics and composition for herself, the remaining 6 were from different songwriters. Just for these 9 songs, the total production costs from start to finish had already amounted to nearly 2 million. Take out another 500,000 to buy a song from Jiang Li was something Deng Susu would absolutely never agree to under normal circumstances. But now Deng Susu was starting to hesitate, because she realized that what her new album lacked was exactly a song like Little Half. She liked Little Half too much. In fact, Deng Susu felt that Little Half was practically tailor-made for her. Therefore, Deng Susu really did not want to give up on this song. After hesitating for a minute, a flash of determination appeared in Deng Susu's eyes. She turned to look at Sister Yang and said in a deep voice, "Sister Yang, how much budget did the company approve for us?" 3 million. "Does that mean we still have 1 million left?" Sister Yang said in shock. "Susu, do not tell me you want to." "Yes, I want to buy this song." Boom. Sister Yang's face was filled with utter shock. She hurriedly said, "No way, the remaining 1 million is all meant for your new album's promotion. If you spend 500,000 on this song, the subsequent promotion might fall behind." Deng Susu shook her head. No, even so, I must buy this song. After saying that, Deng Susu looked at Jiang Li with a firm expression. Jiang Li, I will buy this song for 500,000, but you must promise me that you will be the producer for this song. Jiang Li hesitated for a moment, then nodded and said, All right. Just like that. Right in front of the landlady, Sister Yang transferred 500,000 to Jiang Li's account. Afterwards, Sister Yang said coldly, The 500,000 has been transferred. We will sign the contract later. Now come with us to the recording studio to record the full version of Little Half. Jiang Li shook his head and said, I am afraid I cannot do it right now. Are you trying to back out? No, it is because tomorrow I have to record a new episode of I Am a Singer-Songwriter. The schedules might conflict. Sister Yang said exasperatedly, Why did not you say so earlier? Jiang Li said helplessly, You did not ask. Deng Susu waved her hand and nodded. All right, let us exchange contact information. Okay. After Deng Susu and Sister Yang left, the dumbfounded landlady finally recovered from her shock. The landlady put on a flattering smile and said, Jiang Li, do you think you could renew your lease for another 6 months or a year? After all, you have money now. Jiang Li revealed a slight smile. Sorry, I choose to move out. You. Despite the landlady's attempts to make him stay, Jiang Li resolutely chose to leave that rental room, which was not even 10 square meters in size. You have to be kidding. I have 500,000 now. It is time to treat myself a little better. At the very least, I should move into a nice, fully furnished apartment of over 30 square meters. And so, with a guitar on his back, Jiang Li walked into a real estate agency. I want to rent an apartment. Without any cliché face-slapping plot from a novel, Jiang Li easily rented a high-end loft apartment just a few hundred meters away from the Shanghai Conservatory of Music. This residential complex is called Yashi. Rumor has it that the developer is a bit of a literary intellectual, which is why he gave it such a name. However, Mr. Jiang, are you really sure you do not need to go take a look at the place first? The person speaking was a young woman in her 20s, an agent at the office. Many of the other agents had chosen to ignore Jiang Li when he walked in with only a guitar on his back. After all, he did not drive a car, just carried a guitar and looked quite green. Someone like that, 9 times out of 10, could not afford the apartments they had to offer. Among all of them, only this young girl named Xia Tian chose to help him. Hearing Xia Tian's question, Jiang Li smiled. You only have this one listing on hand that is close to the Shanghai Conservatory of Music, available for immediate move-in, and priced at 5,000, right? Yes, and it comes with a free parking space if I sign now, right? Yes. All right then, let us sign the contract. Xia Tian was overjoyed and nodded heavily. In that case, let us sign the contract. Yeah. Jiang Li rented the place for 10 months in one go. At 5,000 a month, he paid 50,000 for the rent alone up front. In addition, Jiang Li paid a deposit of 20,000 and prepaid 30,000 for utilities. In other words, just to rent this 38 square meter apartment, Jiang Li spent a total of 100,000. Seeing 1/5 of his bank account balance vanish, Jiang Li felt a sting of regret. No, I have to find a way to make money faster. After signing the contract, Xia Tian handed the apartment keys to Jiang Li and smiled. Mr. Jiang, do you have some time now? I can take you to see the apartment. If everything looks good, you can move in tonight. Jiang Li grinned and said, Sure. As Jiang Li and Xia Tian left the agency, the other female agents looked on with envy. Xia Tian really hit the jackpot. She just landed a wealthy second-generation heir. It must be said that this 38 square meter loft did not disappoint Jiang Li. It was a decent mid-range complex. It had professional property management, so there was no need to worry about security. Jiang Li was going to live in Unit 1, on the 16th floor of Building 27. On that floor, besides his unit, there was only one other apartment right across the hall. Xia Tian said with a smile, The person across the hall is a beautiful young lady, but she does not stay here often, so you will rarely run into her. Jiang Li shrugged, looking completely indifferent. A beautiful young lady. Can a beautiful lady be more fun than playing games? Stepping into the apartment, Jiang Li was immediately drawn to its layout. The apartment had a minimalist design with a distinct Western flair. The first thing that caught his eye was a large floor-to-ceiling window through which Jiang Li could enjoy the view outside. The apartment had 2 levels. The first floor featured the living room, bathroom, kitchen, and dining area. Although small, it looked exceptionally cozy at first glance. The second floor contained a bedroom and an independent little study. Additionally, all the furniture was fully equipped: TV, sofa, washing machine, desk, wardrobe, and so on. Zia Tian explained with a smile. The owner of this apartment is going abroad for studies, so they were in a hurry to rent it out. That is why the rent was not set too high. After that, Zia Tian said seriously, "Mr. Jiang, for the next 6 months, you are the master of this apartment." Right. Before leaving, Zia Tian hesitated for a moment. "There is something I do not quite understand. Why were you so decisive about renting this place, Mr. Jiang? I have dealt with so many tenants, and you are the first to be so straightforward." Jiang Li grinned. "Because you included a parking space." Zia Tian was speechless. That night, Jiang Li moved into apartment 1 on the 16th floor of building 27 in Yash. That night, Jiang Li experienced what it felt like to have a cozy home. This sofa, this bed, this TV. It is so freaking comfortable. Oh, I do not want to strive anymore. I really just want to chill and do nothing. Ding. Task issued. In the second episode of I Am a Singer-Songwriter, the host needs to perform a song and achieve 10 million views within 24 hours of the broadcast. Task completion reward: 1 bad luck charm. Task failure penalty: retraction of S-rank aura. Note: the bad luck charm can be used on anyone other than the host. Once applied, the target will suffer continuous bad luck for 1 hour. Jiang Li immediately jumped up and asked curiously, "System, I cannot believe you actually reward this kind of item." The system replied indifferently, "Yes, but there is actually a penalty for failing the task. You are kind of screwing me over here. I believe in the host's abilities." Jiang Li spread his hands and said helplessly, "You are forcing me to work hard." The system remained silent. Looking depressed, Jiang Li sat up from the sofa and started thinking about the song he would perform on the show tomorrow. A few minutes later, Jiang Li said helplessly, "Well, the days of working hard are always short." The next day, Jiang Li left Yash. At 12 noon, Jiang Li appeared at the hotel booked by I Am a Singer-Songwriter. However, unlike the first time, as soon as Jiang Li appeared in the hotel lobby this time, the receptionist immediately rushed over to greet him. The receptionist flashed a sweet smile. "Mr. Jiang Li, your room has been prepared for you. You can check in at any time." Okay. Jiang Li was carrying a guitar on his back and holding a suitcase in his hand. Just as he was about to go upstairs, several hotel staff approached him and said, "Mr. Jiang Li, please leave your things to us. We will bring them up for you." Jiang Li was slightly taken aback, then handed his suitcase to a staff member. "Thank you." "You are welcome. It is my honor to serve you." Lying on the large hotel bed, Jiang Li looked somewhat reflective. He spoke to the system in his mind. "System, it has only been 1 episode, but their attitude toward me has changed so much." The system replied, "That is because your abilities, host, have been recognized. You are no longer an obscure newcomer." Jiang Li nodded. He understood this truth very well. This is how the world works. Only when you have strength will others value you. Only by becoming stronger will more people try to curry favor with you. In the first episode, Jiang Li made his mark on the show. Following that, he received the flattery of the receptionist and a group of hotel staff. Jiang Li took a deep breath, revealing a determined look in his eyes. "I still need to become even stronger." Thinking of this, Jiang Li sat up from the bed, picked up his guitar, and began to practice the song he needed to perform for this episode. Because the soundproofing of this hotel was poor, the sound of the guitar from room 305 quickly reached upstairs. Living in room 405 was Ma Dai. Hearing the guitar sound coming from downstairs, he immediately realized, if I remember correctly, the person staying downstairs should be Jiang Li. At the thought of Jiang Li practicing his song, a look of appreciation flashed across Ma Dai's eyes. He smiled and nodded. As expected, even a genius requires relentless effort. However, the next moment, the guitar sound from downstairs abruptly stopped. Ma Dai's smile froze. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. After confirming that there were no more guitar sounds coming from downstairs, Ma Dai smiled bitterly. I was wrong. Geniuses do not need to work hard. At 2 in the afternoon, Jiang Li arrived at the room designated for the new song demo listening session. At that moment, Chen Li, Zhang Jun, Liang Bo, Lu Heng, and others were already in the room, chatting with one another. Seeing Jiang Li enter, Lu Heng immediately offered a smile. "Jiang Li, you are here. We were just talking about you." Jiang Li rolled his eyes. He could not be bothered to engage with Lu Heng. In front of Lu Heng, Jiang Li greeted Zhang Jun, Chen Li, and Liang Bo one after another. After doing so, Jiang Li went and sat in the corner. Seeing this, Chen Li rolled her eyes, appearing to be deep in thought. Seeing that Jiang Li had sat directly in the corner, Zhang Jun gestured toward the 2 rows in the middle and said calmly, "There are seats here." Jiang Li was slightly taken aback, then he waved his hand to decline. "I am quite comfortable sitting here." Jiang Li loved sitting in the corner because if he was in the corner, nobody would notice if he dozed off or messed around. However, seeing Jiang Li refuse to sit in the middle, Zhang Jun misunderstood, thinking Jiang Li did not want to fight for the so-called center spot. Therefore, Zhang Jun said coldly, "Your talent is worthy of this position." Jiang Li opened his mouth, understanding perfectly well what Zhang Jun meant. "Brother Zhang Jun, you have misunderstood. I am not worried about that, I just really do not want to sit in the middle." However, when he met Zhang Jun's meticulous and stern gaze, Jiang Li could not bring himself to argue back. So, Jiang Li could only nod and say, "All right then, I will just sit across from brother Zhang Jun." Zhang Jun remained silent, turning his head to glance at Lu Heng. Lu Heng shuddered, then quickly said with a smile, "I have some musical matters I would like to discuss with Sister Li Li, so would you mind if I sit next to you, Sister Li Li?" Currently, the seats in the left row were, in order, Zhang Jun, Lu Heng, and Chen Li. On the right row, Liang Bo was sitting alone. Originally, Jiang Li had sat in the 4th seat of the left row. And what he meant by his words was that he wanted to sit in the 2nd seat of the right row, which was next to Liang Bo. However, just as Lu Heng tried to sit next to Chen Li smiled and said, "Lu Heng, why do not you sit across from me?" A flash of shock crossed Lu Heng's eyes. He never expected Chen Li to reject him. Why would Chen Li reject me? I have disguised myself so well, and my persona is that of a warm-hearted gentleman. Was she not warmed by me? Lu Heng did not know that the reason Chen Li rejected him was entirely due to Jiang Li's reaction toward him. Obviously, among these young singer-songwriters, Jiang Li was the most talented. And since Jiang Li clearly rejected Lu Heng, to get on Jiang Li's good side, one had to keep some distance from Lu Heng. Chen Li understood this clearly. Sure enough, when Lu Heng sat in the row with Liang Bo, Chen Li enthusiastically asked Jiang Li, "Jiang Li, do you have any more songs like Flammable and Explosive on hand?" Jiang Li was slightly startled and asked curiously, "Chen Li, I want to ask you to write a song for me." Jiang Li rubbed his chin, pondering to himself. Even though it was a request for a song, Chen Li was different from Deng Susu. He was not close to Deng Susu anyway, and likely would not interact with her much in the future. Therefore, Jiang Li could quote a price to Deng Susu without any reservation. But Chen Li was going to be on the show with him for many episodes if she asked for a song and he just blurted out a price. Would not that be a bit awkward? Just as Jiang Li was hesitating, Chen Li suddenly remembered something and quickly added, "Of course, I will definitely pay for it." "Oh, you are paying? That is embarrassing. So, Sister Li Li, how many songs do you want?" "Jiang Li, what is the style of your new song demo today?" Chen Li asked curiously. When Chen Li asked this, Zhang Jun, Liang Bo, and Lu Heng all turned their heads to look at Jiang Li. Being stared at by everyone like this, Jiang Li smiled bitterly. "Actually, I have not decided which song to sing tomorrow." Wow. As soon as these words came out, the whole room was shocked. Chen Li's eyes widened, and she said in surprise, "No way, the show officially starts tomorrow night, and you still have not even figured out which song to sing." Zhang Jun frowned and said, "What have you been doing these days? How can you not even come up with one song?" Zhang Jun's tone was very strict. It looked like he was criticizing Jiang Li, but in fact he was also caring about him. He was very worried that Jiang Li would lose himself because of the song Flammable and Explosive. Seeing Zhang Jun's harsh tone, Lu Heng secretly rejoiced in his heart. "Jiang Li, oh Jiang Li. I did not expect that just one song like Flammable and Explosive would make you so carried away. It seems that I will not even need to deal with you. You will be eliminated in this episode." Knock, knock, knocks. At this time, there was a knock on the room door. Jiang Yifan walked in with a humble look. He greeted everyone individually, and then he sat next to Jiang Li, which was in the corner on the left. What were you guys just talking about? Jiang Yifan asked curiously. Lu Heng explained with a smile. We were talking about Jiang Li. Jiang Li. Hearing this name, Jiang Yifan involuntarily shivered. In the last episode, the song Flammable and Explosive brought by Jiang Li directly let Jiang Yifan witness his strength. The song Flammable and Explosive made Jiang Yifan lose his will to fight when facing Jiang Li. Therefore, whenever Jiang Yifan saw Jiang Li or heard his name, a trace of unnaturalness would flash across his face. It looked like fear. Jiang Yifan stammered. What topic about Jiang Li were you discussing? Jiang Yifan showed a helpless expression. I do not have a song one particularly want to sing, so if I still cannot think of what to sing before tomorrow, I will just pick a random song to get by the second episode. Zhang Jun said with a dark face. Are you slacking off? Jiang Li's scalp went numb. He shook his head and said, I am not slacking off, even though it is just to get by. In my mind, the quality of this song is still very good. Brother Zhang Jun, you will know when you hear it later. Chen Li also hurriedly said, Brother Zhang Jun, let us wait and listen to Jiang Li's song before making a judgment. Zhang Jun nodded. He stared at Jiang Li and said, You better not disappoint me. After a while, the last two singer-songwriters, Zhou Ting and Ma Dai, also arrived at the room. At this point, the 8 singer-songwriters gathered once again. Unlike the first episode, this time Zhou Ting, Ma Dai, Chen Li, and the others all focused their eyes on Jiang Li. They no longer treated Jiang Li as a nobody like they did in the first episode. Even though Jiang Li is a newcomer. However, his strength cannot be underestimated by anyone. Among these 7 singer-songwriters, perhaps only Lu Heng naively thought that Jiang Li's strength was just average. Ding dong. Along with a familiar mechanical sound, that green doll head appeared on the screen again. Hello everyone, I am Producer C. We meet again. Last week, the middle tier was completely wiped out. The lower tier singer-songwriter Jiang Li successfully challenged and advanced to the middle tier. Here, congratulations to you, Jiang Li. This episode is different from the last one. In this episode, one singer-songwriter will be eliminated. And this elimination candidate will emerge from Jiang Yifan and a certain singer-songwriter in the middle tier. Singer-songwriter Jiang Yifan. After the segment where singers listen to each other's demos ends, you can choose a singer-songwriter from the middle tier to go to the lower tier with you. A trace of solemnity flashed across Jiang Yifan's face, and he nodded. Yeah. Producer Sai continued. Now the new song demo mutual listening segment for the second episode of I Am a Singer-Songwriter officially begins. If it were the first episode, Jiang Li would have chosen to go first. In his own words, he would finish singing early in the morning and hide in a corner to sleep. However, he hesitated this time, because even now, he had no idea what to sing for the second episode. Should he stick to another explosive stage performance? Jiang Li had plenty of those songs. Or should he switch up his style and sing a love song? Love song? Well, the moment he thought about his almost blank romantic history, Jiang Li dismissed the idea. A love song. First of all, you have to have love in your heart. Otherwise, maybe he should do a rap. The rap style is quite popular on this stage. Singing this type of song should get him a good result. But it seems like Zhou Ting and Jiang Yifan are both rappers. Would it be a bit much if I did a rap too? For a moment, Jiang Li was caught in a dilemma. And while Jiang Li was still struggling with his thoughts, Zhou Ting, Jiang Yifan, Ma Dai, Chen Li, and others had all finished singing their new song Dimas. Zhou Ting stuck to a rap with a massive aura. Jiang Yifan chose a song with more of a love ballad flavor. Ma Dai stuck to folk, and Chen Li performed a new song with a trap style. Seeing Jiang Li with his head down, Zhang Jun said in a deep voice, I will go. Zhang Jun is truly the veteran among the 8 singer-songwriters. Even though he is the oldest, his songs are far from cliché. The style is rock, but the lyrics can deeply touch the soul. A mere 2-minute demo made everyone feel genuine admiration. Brother Zhang Jun is still the best. His song Zebra Horse is so sharp. Yeah, it is hard to imagine what kind of surprise his performance will bring us on stage. Among all these songs, I am most looking forward to Zebra Horse. Facing the praise from others, Zhang Jun remained expressionless. He glanced at Jiang Li and said, Have not you decided what to sing yet? Jiang Li sighed, stood up, and walked to the demo performance room. Holding a guitar, Jiang Li said slowly, "This is a song one learned to play and sing when I first started the guitar. I never expected that I would perform it on this occasion. A song called Zebra Horse, thank you." After saying that, Jiang Li plucked the guitar strings. Low and slow guitar melody filled the entire room. "Zebra, zebra, do not fall asleep. Let me see your injured tail again. I do not want to touch the scar of your wound. I only want to lift your hair." As soon as the 4 lines were out, everyone slowly closed their eyes. At this moment, they could feel that Jiang Li was telling them a story. A boy with a guitar wandering in the big city, whose daily job was just standing on the city streets, playing the guitar and singing songs. That was the only way he could survive in the city. As the days went by, one day, the boy met a beautiful and noble girl. The girl cried and asked him, "Can you sing a love song?" Just like that, the boy looked at the crying girl and sang a love song. Seeing her teary eyes, the boy fell in love with her from that moment on. Since then, every time the girl appeared where the boy sang, she would cry while asking him to sing love songs to her. The boy knew she was heartbroken again. Just like that, years of spring, summer, autumn, and winter passed. The boy became a weather-beaten man of 30, and that beautiful girl also became a mature woman. That night, the girl told the boy, "I am getting married, and my fiancé does not like me coming here, so I will not come here anymore." The next day, the girl indeed did not show up, but what she did not know was that the boy did not show up either. He returned to his hometown. "Zebra, zebra, do not fall asleep. I am just a traveler in a hurry. Zebra, zebra, you should sleep, just sleep. I am going to sell my house and roam the world." The chorus ended, and the guitar sound gradually faded away. Everyone slowly opened their eyes. There were tears in Chen Li's eyes, and she choked up, saying, "I saw a story." Liang Bo nodded. "Me too." Zheng Jun's eyes were full of appreciation, and he nodded, saying, "This song is excellent. Jiang Li, you really did not disappoint me." However, when Jiang Li finished playing Zebra Horse and returned to his seat, a remark he made left every singer-songwriter present stunned. "Perhaps I will not sing this song tomorrow. I will not sing this song." Ma Dai's eyes widened. He said in shock, "Jiang Li, why will not you sing this song? This folk song completely blows mine out of the water. It is such a good song. I really hope you can sing it." As a folk singer, Ma Dai could not tear himself away when he heard "Zebra, Zebra," because the lyrics of this song struck him right in the heart. The vivid imagery of the song still lingered in Ma Dai's mind even now. In Ma Dai's opinion, as long as Zebra, Zebra was released, it would definitely be highly sought after by folk music lovers. Anyone who likes folk music would fall in love with Zebra, Zebra. However, Jiang Li sighed and said, "I do not want to sing this song. Oh, if it were a year ago, I might have really loved singing Zebra, Zebra, but now I realize that I do not want to sing it anymore." At this point, Jiang Li turned to look at Zheng Jun. "Brother Zheng Jun, I want to tell you that I take this stage very seriously. I have a goal I want to achieve by participating in this show. If I still do not know what I want to sing, then I will sing Zebra, Zebra tomorrow. But if I figure out what song one want to sing before then, I will not sing Zebra, Zebra." Hearing this, Ma Dai looked distressed. "Jiang Li, please do not overthink this. Just singing Zebra, Zebra is enough." Zheng Jun took a deep breath, a smile appearing on his face. "All right, Jiang Li. I agree with your approach, and I also hope you can bring us another surprise." Jiang Li nodded. "I definitely will." After the new song demo segment ended, producer C appeared again. The new song demos for the 8 singer-songwriters are now complete. Singer-songwriter Zhang Yifan, you may now choose the opponent you want to challenge. Zhang Yifan said without hesitation, "I want to challenge Ma Dai. Brother Dai, I am sorry." Ma Dai gave a wry smile. "I knew it." Lu Heng opened his mouth in surprise. He originally thought Zhang Yifan would avenge his previous humiliation and challenge Jiang Li again. But to his surprise, Zhang Yifan chickened out and picked an easy target. Lu Heng stared at Jiang Li, revealing a sinister expression. "Jiang Li, in that case, I will take care of you myself." After the new song demo mutual listening segment ended, everyone returned to their respective hotel rooms. Ring ring. Not long after Jiang Li returned to the hotel, he he received a phone call. Taking a look, it was actually from his childhood friend, Jiang Li. Based on the memories given to him by this body, Jiang Li knew that Jiang Li had gone to the same school as him from elementary school, through middle school, and high school. He was Jiang Li's best friend and childhood buddy. After getting into college, Jiang Li went to a top-tier 985 university for science and engineering, while Jiang Li went to a music conservatory. Only then did the two of them contact each other a little less. But normally, Jiang Li would still occasionally send Jiang Li a WeChat message. Seeing that Jiang Li actually called this time, Jiang Li was slightly curious. Answering the phone, Jiang Li's voice came from the other end. "Old Jiang, where are you? I am at a hotel recording a show, a competitive music variety show. I know I listened to your song Flammable and Explosive. That song is really freaking awesome." Jiang Li frowned and said, "Have you been drinking?" "Yeah, but I just started. I am right at the food stall outside your school gate." "Why did you run to my school gate?" "I wanted to see you, but after asking around, it turned out you went to record a show." The next moment, Jiang Li's silly giggles came from the other end. "Old Jiang, come drink with me." "No." "Yeah. Well, you know how it is. I'm a bit tight on cash right now." "I will pay." As soon as he finished speaking, Jiang Li asked decisively, "Where are you? I am coming over now." "Old Jiang, do you think I am a talented person?" The boy in front of him, with his rugged appearance, tall stature, and reeking of alcohol, was Jiang Li, Jiang Li's best friend and childhood companion. Jiang Li twitched the corner of his mouth, his face darkened. Compared to Jiang Li, Jiang Li was far more outstanding. Since they were kids, Jiang Li had always been the leader of the pack. No matter what new environment he was in, he could always fit in with his classmates. Plus, he was tall, had excellent grades, and looked rugged and handsome. So, from elementary school through high school, the number of girls who liked Jiang Li never dwindled. Compared to Jiang Li, Jiang Li seemed much more ordinary. Average grades, average looks, and apart from his decent singing skills, he really could not find any other merits. However, now such an outstanding person was actually saying in front of him, "Old Jiang, do you think I am a talented person?" Is not this intentionally hitting below the belt? Jiang Li picked up a lamb skewer and retorted irritably, "What on earth are you trying to say? I have always been a proud person and I thought I was talented, but in this first year of college, I have realized that I am not that great." Jiang Li was slightly stunned, then he said seriously, "What happened?" Jiang Li grinned and said, "Madu University is a gathering place for geniuses. There are plenty of people there with better grades than me and plenty more who are incredibly talented. You know so much that I do not. Chatting with these geniuses makes me feel like a complete bumpkin. Old Jiang, I am actually just an ordinary person." At this moment, Jiang Li finally understood why Jiang Li was drinking alone in frustration. As it turns out, he had been discouraged. "Old Jiang, will anyone feel bad for an ordinary person like me?" Jiang Li's face was flushed red, and a hint of self-mockery flashed in his eyes. Jiang Li remained silent. He patted Jiang Li on the shoulder and said, "Old Jiang, let us just drink." Jiang Li, reeking of alcohol, grinned and said, "All right, let us drink." Early the next morning, Jiang Li rubbed his hair and climbed out of bed with a frown. After taking a look at the unfamiliar hotel room, Jiang Li suddenly sobered up. "Wait, where am I?" Getting out of bed, he walked over to a table and saw a message from Jiang Li on his phone. Jiang Li's face darkened. "Old Jiang, your tolerance for alcohol is still as poor as ever. You had not even had 2 drinks before you were that wasted, and it took me quite a bit of effort to carry you to this hotel. But I do remember what you said. You promised to sing me a song on the show. Do not go back on your word after you sober up. When the time comes, I will definitely tell my classmates. Jiang Li is my brother, and he sang a song for me. All right, I am heading back to spend time with my girlfriend. Enjoy the hotel room all by yourself." After reading these WeChat messages, Jiang Li's face darkened completely. "So, I came all this way to the school gate to drink with this guy, and yet I ended up being the one who got drunk. And since when did this guy get a girlfriend? How could he get a girlfriend? We had an agreement to stay single together." However, the part that left Jiang Li even more dumbfounded was yet to come. He discovered that he had paid for this hotel room himself. 588 per night. Oh my gods, that is so expensive. The next moment, Jiang Li could not help but but send a WeChat message to Jiang Li. Jiang Li, you little jerk, you actually know my password. Ding dong. The other side replied quickly. Hee, since we are childhood besties, who else but me? Director Chi, I want to change my song. Seeing Jiang Li's serious expression, which did not look like he was joking at all, Chi Cheng nodded. You can change the song, but before you do, can you give me a reason? Jiang Li took a deep breath and he smiled. I want to sing this song for those who are ordinary, yet unwilling to remain ordinary. Oh, Chi Cheng was slightly taken aback, a hint of curiosity appearing on his face. Some people, look like they do not care on the outside, but are actually very sensitive inside. They are ordinary people, yet they are unwilling to just be ordinary. And I want to sing a song for these people. Chi Cheng smiled. Among those people, there must be a friend of yours. He is no friend, he is just a swindler who fleeces me of my money every day. Chi Cheng was left speechless. At 8 o'clock in the evening, the show officially began recording. Jiang Li sat in the middle tier zone. Besides him, Chen Li and Lu Heng were also in the middle tier zone. As for Ma Dai, who was originally in the middle tier zone, he was pulled down to the lower tier zone by Zhang Yifan right at the beginning of the show's recording. As for the upper tier zone, it was still the trio of Zhou Ting, Zhang Jun, and Liang Bo. Chen Li looked at Jiang Li and asked curiously, Jiang Li, I just heard from the director that you actually changed your song. Jiang Li nodded. Yeah, I changed my song. But your song Zebra was obviously really good. It would have been great if you sang that one. Jiang Li smiled. Although that song is not bad, I still want to sing the current one. If that is the case, will not the song Zebra remain unreleased? Jiang Li, can you release Zebra in the future? Jiang Li looked hesitant, but upon meeting Chen Li's hopeful gaze, he slowly nodded. I probably will. The first to challenge the upper tier zone was Lu Heng, and the opponent he chose this time was Liang Bo. Brother Bo, I am singing a rock song this time, so I want to challenge your rock music. Liang Bo and Zhang Jun had similar styles, both of them played rock music. Hearing Lu Heng say this, Liang Bo just smiled. The result was still quite obvious. Final winner was Liang Bo. His song Appear, Leave completely ignited the entire audience, and the song's completeness was far higher than during the new song demo mutual listening segment. As for Lu Heng, although his performance was much better than in the first episode, when facing the song Appear, Leave, his rock music still seemed a bit weak. In the end, the 101 public judges gave their voting results, 60 to 41 votes. A trace of gloom flashed across Lu Heng's eyes. He was secretly annoyed by this result, but on the surface, he smiled and said, This result is well-deserved. Brother Bo is still as outstanding as ever in rock music. Liang Bo simply gave a calm nod. Next up was Chen Li, who chose Zhang Jun. The song Qing that Chen Li sang this time had a strong trap style, making it sound intensely personal. It received a very enthusiastic response at the scene. However, it could only be said that there is always someone better. Zhang Jun's song Dayama completely crushed Chen Li's in both lyrics and composition. Therefore, Chen Li versus Zhang Jun, the voting result was 45 to 56 votes. Two matches between the middle tier zone and the upper tier zone had already concluded. Facing the consecutive defeats of the two middle tier singer-songwriters, Chen Li could not help but worry. Are we in the middle tier zone going to be completely wiped out again? At this moment, Jiang Li stood up, smiling as he said, Well, it looks like I have become the hope of the entire village. Chen Li nodded repeatedly, covering her mouth with a laugh. That is right, Jiang Li, you have to do us proud. The moment Zhou Ting saw Chen Li challenging Zhang Jun, he knew he would be up against Jiang Li in this round. To be honest, he had chosen a song with an explosive rap for this stage, and if Jiang Li had gone head-to-head with him using flammable and explosive, he honestly would not have been sure of winning. However, after hearing Zebra, Zhou Ting felt confident. Although Zebra is a song that paints a vivid picture the moment you hear it, the overall tone is just too slow. Singing a song like that live makes it very hard to create an explosive effect. On a live stage, you have to sing something that blows the roof off. As for Jiang Li saying he was changing his song, Zhou Ting was not the least bit worried. Changing a song? Jiang Li, you have less than a day. What kind of song could you possibly switch to? In Zhou Ting's view, it was highly likely that Jiang Li would still choose Zebra as his entry for the second episode. Therefore, while standing backstage with Jiang Li, Zhou Ting asked confidently, "Jiang Li, what song are you singing this time?" Jiang Li pondered for a moment. "A relatively soothing song, I suppose." Zhou Ting was secretly delighted. "A soothing song? Does not that just mean it is still zebra, zebra?" Thinking of this, Zhou Ting grinned and said, "All right, I am going up to sing now." Jiang Li was slightly taken aback, puzzled. Why does Zhou Ting look so happy? On stage, the song Zhou Ting performed was called Warhorse, a rap track with a classical vibe. The song incorporated various traditional Chinese instruments, like large drums and gongs. Because of that, the entire song sounded both grand and filled with classical charm. As soon as the song began, a considerable number of the 101 audience judges in the crowd had their eyes light up. Zhou Ting's song is quite interesting. He understands what kind of songs he should be singing now. In terms of stage presence, few singers can surpass him. Well sung. If we were to rank the songs tonight, this Warhorse by Zhou Ting would definitely make the top 3. Not bad, really not bad. But there is one issue. The song sounds great live, but I probably would not add it to my playlist. Right, Zhou Ting still has not mastered that balance. I would probably only listen to it once or twice. It is hard to keep it on repeat. And the song focuses only on being explosive, but emotionally, there is almost nothing there. The Chinese music scene values emotional expression, whether it is love, family, or friendship. But this Warhorse barely touches on that. Zhou Ting saw the enthusiastic response from the audience and felt secretly pleased. Sure enough, on stage, songs with this kind of explosive impact are always popular. Stepping off the stage, Zhou Ting saw Jiang Li preparing backstage. He patted Jiang Li on the shoulder. "Young man, you are still 20,000 years away from beating me." Jiang Li had a strange look on his face. He was truly confused at this moment. What is wrong with Zhou Ting? Why does he look so sure of victory before I have even sung a note? He is perhaps a bit too confident. Shaking his head, Jiang Li walked onto the stage. The moment Jiang Li stood on stage, the whole room erupted in warm applause. Many of the 101 audience judges were looking forward to Jiang Li's upcoming performance. Jiang Li brought me a big surprise in the first episode. I hope he can surprise us again this time. Jiang Li, if you just sing another song like Flammable and Explosive, you will have carved out your place in the Chinese music industry. Jiang Li, go for it. Facing the crowd's expectations, Jiang Li took a deep breath. He said slowly, "The song I am going to sing is called A Person Like Me." Boom! The moment Jiang Li said, "The new song I am going to sing is called Someone Like Me," all 7 singer-songwriters were shocked. Zhou Ting opened his mouth wide, completely dumbfounded. Oh my god, he actually changed the song. A hint of admiration for Jiang Li flashed in Zhang Yifen's eyes, and he said helplessly, "Jiang Li has more courage than any of us." Ma Dai smiled bitterly. "It's just that his doing this might not be a good thing. This song is not necessarily better than Zebra Zebra." Liang Bo, who had been a man of few words, also spoke up at this time. He turned his head and said to Zhang Jun, "Brother Zhang Jun, what do you think of Jiang Li doing this?" Zhang Jun revealed an appreciative look and said with a smile, "Jiang Li is a young man with character." The audience did not know that Jiang Li had temporarily changed his song. The song Someone Like Me that they were about to hear was not the song Jiang Li sang during the new song demo listening session at all. The lights suddenly dimmed. Jiang Li sat on a round stool, holding a small object in his hand. This immediately attracted everyone's attention. Hey look, what is Jiang Li holding in his hand? A small object, it looks a bit like a harmonica. That is a harmonica. Ding! Sure enough, the next moment, they saw Jiang Li slowly place the harmonica in his hand to his lips. A soothing and melodious harmonica sound spread throughout the entire venue. Wow! Countless people gasped. Using a harmonica for the intro, this is just too creative. This intro is so melodious, I actually sense a hint of self-deprecation in it. So good, this intro is simply amazing. I cannot wait to hear what comes next. SHH, let us not disturb Jiang Li's performance. The melodious, soothing sound of the harmonica slowly faded, and Jiang Li picked up the microphone and sang. Someone as excellent as me should have lived a brilliant life. How come after more than 20 years in the end, I am still drifting in the sea of people? As soon as these 4 lines came out, everyone closed their eyes. They quietly felt what Jiang Li wanted to convey to them through his singing. Zheng Jun said slowly, "This song has attitude." Following Jiang Li's singing, everyone found that many scenes about themselves appeared in their minds. "I want to play basketball. I want to enter the national team. I want to win glory for my country. With this physique, in our basketball team, he is only average. He actually dares to talk big and win glory for the country. Are you sure this is not a joke? After I graduate, I want to enter a large enterprise, earn $1 million a year, marry a rich and beautiful woman, and reach the pinnacle of life. Zio Wu, remember to work overtime tonight. I sent you a few documents, and I need them by tomorrow morning. Child, you are the hope of our whole family. You must study hard when you go to college. Mom, do not worry. Your son has a high talent for learning. I will get a scholarship in no time. Li Qing, how come you usually work so hard, but your final grades are only average? Someone as lost as me. Someone as searching as me. Someone as mediocre as me. How many more have you seen?" Boom! Countless people teared up. This song, Someone Like Me, resonated with many people present. Before entering school and society, they all thought they were extraordinary people. They thought they should enjoy honors and were exceptionally smart. However, upon entering their respective fields, they discovered they were not geniuses, they were just mediocre people. Someone as mediocre as me. Will anyone feel sorry for me? This song, Someone Like Me, sang the innermost thoughts of the vast majority of the audience present. Unwilling to be mediocre, yet having no choice but to be mediocre. When the song ended, Jiang Li slowly put down the microphone. The entire venue was completely silent. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. The next moment, fierce applause erupted in the venue. Venue erupted in thunderous applause. All 101 audience judges were completely captivated by Jiang Li's performance of A Person Like Me. This is the kind of song that is truly worth listening to on repeat. It is so good, absolutely incredible. If Zhou Ting's Warhorse was a song with sharp edges, then Jiang Li's performance was like Tai Kai. He defeated Zhou Ting's song with just a few effortless moves. Exactly who says slow songs lose on stage? Jiang Li has proven with his talent that there are no fast or slow songs, only good ones. This song, A Person Like Me, really moved me to the core. Zhou Ting. Zhou Ting's face flushed red. At this moment, he was truly furious. Jiang Li, did you really have to be this ruthless? So you're telling me that when you sang the demo of Zebra yesterday, it was just a smokescreen, and you were holding back your real ace for this? Oh my God, you played me so hard. If I had known you were going to sing this song, I would never have accepted your challenge. This time it looks like I am definitely going to lose. After finishing A Person Like Me, Jiang Li raised his hand to signal for silence. The venue immediately fell completely silent. Jiang Li took a breath and smiled. This song is for all of you, the ordinary people. Thank you. Just as Jiang Li finished saying thanks and prepared to leave, that familiar green puppet suddenly appeared. Yes, it was none other than Producer C. It spoke in a magnetic voice, calling out to Jiang Li, who was just about to leave the stage. Jiang Li, wait a moment. Jiang Li looked stunned and asked curiously, "What do you want?" Chi Cheng, who was operating Producer C, saw Jiang Li staring at him with suspicion, as if he were afraid of being eaten. The corner of his mouth twitched, and he said helplessly, "Jiang Li, you are the only songwriter tonight who changed their song at the last minute. I want to ask you, what was your reason for doing that?" Wow. As soon as he said this, the crowd went into an uproar. What? Jiang Li actually changed his song at the last minute? My God, why would he do that? By changing his song last minute, would not he have no time to prepare? From what I know, if a singer changes their song last minute, their coordination with the live band suffers significantly. Unless there is a special reason, singers rarely change their songs right before recording. Jiang Li's expression turned dark. He glared fixedly at this Producer C. The tone, the way of speaking, why is it so much like Chi Cheng? Facing the crowd's curiosity, Jiang Li took a deep breath. Because I had not decided what to sing until right before the recording. That is why I sang a demo of a different song during the demo session. Hearing that Jiang Li had sung a different song during the demo session, the 101 audience judges became immediately interested. Jiang Li, what song did you sing during the demo session? Yeah, was that song good? Because of flammable and explosive and A Person Like Me, I am now interested in every song of yours. So, which song's demo did you actually sing? Oh my god, I really want to hear that song. Jiang Li was dumbfounded. Hey, can you guys be a little more reserved? In my previous life, when I watched music shows, the audience judges were always supposed to be cool and proud, right? Now, what is with this fanatical look? What is going on? However, facing the curiosity of the crowd, Jiang Li could only say helplessly, could someone get me a guitar? I will play the demo of that song for you all. The moment he said this, the entire audience erupted. Ah, really, Jiang Li, are you really going to sing this song? Why am I still so excited, even though it is clearly a song that Jiang Li eliminated? It is true, if it were any other time, I definitely would not be like this. I can only say that Jiang Li's 2 songs have brought us so many surprises, so naturally we would look forward to his new work. Facing the crowd's expectations, Jiang Li spread his hands and said helplessly, "Do not get too excited just yet, everyone. This song is merely a demo for a new track." As he spoke, a staff member brought over Jiang Li's guitar. Holding the guitar, Jiang Li sat back down on the round stool. He snapped his fingers. The next moment, the stage lights converged on Jiang Li. Jiang Li strummed the guitar strings, and a simple, plain accompaniment filled the venue. Compared to the 6 songs already performed, the tune Jiang Li played purely on the guitar was truly much simpler. However, even though the melody was simple, it still created a peculiar sense of storytelling. Everyone present fell silent, quietly waiting for Jiang Li's upcoming performance. Zebra, you have returned to your home. But I am wasting my cold youth. Not a single door in your city opens for me. I eventually have to return to the road. Hearing zebra again, the 7 singer-songwriters all wore complex expressions on their faces. Zebra was still so beautiful to listen to. In terms of quality, zebra was not the least bit inferior to someone like me. Chen Li finally realized this. With a complex expression, she said slowly, "If I remember correctly, Jiang Li never said that zebra was a bad song. He just felt it was not suitable." Ma Dai sighed with emotion. Whether it is someone like Mare Zebra, I love both of these songs so much. I cannot muster any will to fight Jiang Li now. If he used either of these 2 songs against me, I would not stand a chance. Sighing, he looked at Zhang Yifan. "Yifan, I understand why you chose me instead of Jiang Li." Zhang Yifan said helplessly, "Jiang Li is the fiercest dark horse I have encountered on this show. Zebra, do you still remember me? I am just a fool who only knows how to sing. Zebra, go to sleep. I will pack my guitar and leave the north." After Jiang Li finished singing these 4 lines, the audience was completely shocked. Because the story had unexpectedly unfolded in their minds. The girl telling the boy she was getting married, and the boy's departure directly brought the girls in the audience to tears. However, just as everyone in the venue and backstage was immersed in his singing, Jiang Li's voice and guitar came to an abrupt halt. Everyone looked bewildered. That is it. It is just over like that. Our emotions finally built up, and you are telling us it is over. Watching the audience glare at him one by one, as if holding a deep grudge, Jiang Li swallowed hard and said, "Do you guys really want to throw banana peels at me right now?" "Yes." "If you had rotten eggs, would you want to throw them in my face?" "Yes." "Do you guys really hate me?" "Yes." "Then go ahead and hate me. I am out of here." After saying that right in front of the entire audience, Jiang Li practically fled off the stage. Ji Chang, Ma Dai, Zhang Yifan, the 101 public judges. Jiang Li did not know that his escape had turned the song Zebra into a great regret in the hearts of thousands of viewers. After Jiang Li stepped off the stage, producer C began to speak in his magnetic voice. "Now will the 101 audience judges please cast your precious votes. Zhou Ting versus Jiang Li. Voting starts now." Backstage, Jiang Li saw Zhou Ting huddled alone on a bench. He looked completely dejected. "Brother Zhou Ting, what is wrong with you?" Zhou Ting looked up abruptly and glared at Jiang Li with a face full of resentment. "Jiang Li, I hate you, boo-hoo." Jiang Li was speechless. Jiang Li was baffled. He never expected that this grown man, who loved rap and spoke with such decisiveness, would act all cute and whiny in front of him. Could he possibly be that way? At the thought of this, Jiang Li could not help but shudder. 10 minutes later, producer C appeared on the big screen again, speaking with that magnetic voice, devoid of any emotion. The results are in. Jiang Li versus Zhou Ting. Jiang Li wins. Ding! At the same time, the system's voice echoed in Jiang Li's mind. Congratulations to the host for successfully completing the challenge with a score of 99-2. The task completion is now at 50%. Jiang Li was slightly stunned. 50% complete. Can it even do that, system? Of course, but the remaining 50% of the task will be much more difficult. Jiang Li retorted. I know it is just 10 million views, I remember, okay. Just then, Zhou Ting's voice reached Jiang Li's ears. Jiang Li. What is it, Zhou Ting? Zhou Ting glanced around and then whispered. In the next few episodes, could you please not go up against me? Jiang Li looked confused. Why? It is just that I do not want to go against you. You know what I mean, right? Oh, I do not. Oh, why are you so dense? I'm afraid to compete with you, now do you understand? Understood. Zhou Ting was speechless. On the way to the middle tier area, Zhou Ting kept a resentful expression, looking exactly like a grumpy little wife. When Zhou Ting walked into the middle tier area, before he could even say a word, Jiang Li said in surprise. Zhou Ting, you are here. Welcome, welcome to the middle tier area. Seeing Jiang Li smiling at him, Zhou Ting covered his face and whined. You are making fun of me too, boo-hoo. Jiang Li was speechless. Lu Hang was speechless too. The next part of the process was the head-to-head battle between Zhang Yifan and Ma Dai. The loser would be eliminated in this episode. Although Zhang Yifan is a popular idol, the cheers from the audience when he appeared were not even as loud as the previous one. A flash of embarrassment crossed Zhang Yifan's face, and he coughed. The next song I'm going to bring you is called Ugly. I hope you will like it. As for Ma Dai, he brought a folk song called A Song Written Casually. In the end, in Zhang Yifan versus Ma Dai, the vote was 56-45, with Zhang Yifan winning by a narrow margin. This means, over the 2 episodes of I Am a Singer-Songwriter, the first contestant to be eliminated is Ma Dai. Ma Dai stood on stage giving his farewell speech, while in the top-tier area, Jiang Li, Zhang Jun, and Liang Bo all wore heavy expressions. Jiang Li, what do you think of Ma Dai's song A Song Written Casually? Jiang Li replied, to be honest, the song sounds very laid-back. Although it is titled A Song Written Casually, you can tell from the arrangement of the entire song that Ma Dai was very serious. Zhang Jun sighed and said slowly, do you know why I dislike these traffic-driven idols so much? It is because their popularity gives them a significant advantage. For has-been singers like Ma Dai, it is too difficult to win when competing against an idol with high traffic. Unless Ma Dai could do what you did last episode, where the sophistication of his song completely crushed Zhang Yifan's. But that is too difficult for him. After all, he is not a genius. Jiang Li fell into deep thought. After a while, he said in a deep voice, no, I do not believe that. Thank you for taking care of me recently, seniors. I will be taking my leave first. Standing at the hotel entrance, Ma Dai carried a guitar on his back and dragged a suitcase, a relaxed smile on his face. Jiang Li's eyes were full of reluctance to part. Ma Dai, let us keep in touch after you go back. Ma Dai smiled. Sure, if you need my help, you can contact me directly. Zhang Yifan said seriously. Brother Ma Dai, I hope your creative journey never stops. Ma Dai patted his chest and grinned. Of course, I have only stopped on the path of I am a singer-songwriter, but my creative journey is still long. Zhang Jun nodded slightly. Ma Dai, I look forward to your future works. Ma Dai nodded. Yeah. After leaving the hotel, the smile on Ma Dai's face vanished, replaced by a look of utter helplessness. Ma Dai did not tell the other singer-songwriters. His career might have ended the moment he was eliminated. Even if Zhang Yifan were eliminated, he could still take on other gigs, switch to other major variety shows, and continue releasing new songs to maintain his popularity. But Ma Dai was different. He was a has-been singer, and he had been a has-been for over 10 years. This time, if the show's production team had not found him, he might still be unemployed. Release new songs. Ma Dai had songs, but he did not have money. Nowadays, taking a song from release to promotion costs at least hundreds of thousands. However, Ma Dai could not afford it. He originally thought he could use I Am a Singer-Songwriter to sing a few more of his new songs, so the audience could get to know him again. But such a fantasy ended in just 2 episodes. Ma Dai smiled bitterly. I would better find a place where no one knows me and continue being a bar singer. Ring rang. At this moment, Ma Dai's phone rang. He looked at it and saw it was unexpectedly a call from Jiang Li. Only then did Ma Dai realize that before he left, Jiang Li had asked him for his phone number. I wonder what Jiang Li is calling me for. Answering the call, Ma Dai asked, Jiang Li, what is up? Jiang Li's voice came from the other end of the line. Brother Ma Dai, how much money do you have? Oh. After recording the second episode of I Am a Singer-Songwriter, Jiang Li went straight back to his apartment and slept. Early the next morning, Jiang Li was woken up by a ringing phone. With sleepy eyes, Jiang Li kept his eyes closed and asked, Who is it? Jiang Li, I am Deng Susu. Deng Susu, which Deng Susu never heard of her, must be a spam call. After saying that, Jiang Li hung up the phone and immediately went back to sleep. Deng Susu was speechless. Dark lines formed on Deng Susu's face. She put her hands on her hips and said angrily, Jiang Li, you are dead meat. Jiang Li appeared in a cafe. Sitting opposite him were Deng Susu and Sister Yang. Deng Susu glared at Jiang Li angrily, while Sister Yang calmly drank a cup of coffee and slowly said, Jiang Li, it is time you come with us today to get the song, Little Half recorded. Jiang Li nodded. Of course, but I have a question. What question? For things like discussing contracts, does the artist need to be there all the time? Deng Susu put her hands on her hips and glared at Jiang Li. Is my presence bothering you? Not really, it is just, in my eyes, an artist should be busy taking gigs. Since you are so free, does it mean you are not that popular? Deng Susu was rendered speechless again. If possible, Deng Susu really wanted to slap her size 36 shoe across Jiang Li's size 40 face. I am so mad. Deng Susu brought Jiang Li to a recording company called Huju Recording. This recording company is very famous in the industry. People like Zhang Yifan, Zhang Jun, and the Heavenly King Zhou have all recorded here. Walking into the recording studio, they saw a chubby middle-aged man in a suit, appearing to be in his 40s, already waiting inside. Seeing Deng Susu arrive, the middle-aged man put on a beaming smile and said, Susu, you are here. Deng Susu nodded. She glanced at Jiang Li, and then said to the middle-aged man, Director Wu, this is Jiang Li, the producer for my song. Middle-aged man, Wu Tao, was the director of Huju Recording's Shanghai branch, specifically in charge of hosting up-and-coming celebrities and young idols from the entertainment industry. Wu Tao turned to look at Jiang Li, examined him for a moment, and then asked in confusion, I do not think I have ever seen such a young producer in the industry before. Deng Susu explained, He is a singer. Oh, so that is how it is. Wu Tao put on a look of sudden realization, but in his heart, he could not help but look down on him. A young man like this actually has the nerve to act as a producer. Has the world changed, or is this kid getting carried away? Throughout his many years in the business, Wu Tao had seen countless producers, but the truly great ones were, without exception, those with a deep mastery of music. A singer can write lyrics and compose music, or even participate in the recording of certain instruments. However, to serve as a music producer is no easy task. Among all the producers Wu Tao knew, even the youngest ones were over 35. But this Jiang Li here is at most 20 years old. 20 years old, acting as a producer, Wu Tao chuckled to himself. Alright then, the studio has been cleared for you. You have it for 48 hours. Deng Susu nodded. Thank you, Director Wu. After Wu Tao left, Deng Susu turned to Jiang Li and said, Jiang Li, we only have 48 hours, so we need to hurry. Jiang Li looked confused and said, Why is there a time limit here? Deng Susu, are you that poor now? Deng Susu felt a surge of anger, her face flushing red. Jiang Li, you do not know what you are talking about. This is the best recording studio in all of Shanghai with the most complete equipment and the best sound. It costs 20,000 a day to rent. Renting it for 2 days was already hard enough. Besides, this place is usually in high demand. I bet you that in 2 days, there will definitely be another singer waiting to use this studio. Jiang Li let out an oh and muttered, I see, I thought you just could not afford to rent it for longer. Deng Susu glared at Jiang Li. Let us get to work quickly. Jiang Li nodded. You take a break first, I will get the arrangement done. Afterward, to Deng Susu's astonishment, Jiang Li worked alone and quietly finished the arrangement for the entire song. And all of this took less than 3 hours. Okay, the arrangement is all done. Take a listen, and if there are no problems, you can start recording. Deng Susu's jaw dropped. At this moment, she was completely stunned. In 3 hours, he had finished the arrangement for the whole song all by himself. And she had witnessed the entire process. Had she not seen it with her own eyes, she would not have believed that Jiang Li possessed such musical talent. He really is amazing. What are you staring at? Go ahead and take a listen. With his memories from his past life, Jiang Li understood the essence of the arrangement for the song Little Half. The rhythm and the drum beats were the core of the song. Mastering these techniques, all Jiang Li had to do was follow the steps to produce the arrangement of Little Half. Oh right, okay. Hearing Jiang Li's prompt, Deng Susu nodded quickly. Even Deng Susu did not realize that, at this moment, a strange feeling had arisen in her heart. Jiang Li did not look like such a bad guy anymore. However, the recording process was not smooth sailing. During the recording, Deng Susu encountered a serious problem. That was emotion. Deng Susu had no problems with the pitch and rhythm of the song. Her singing skills met Jiang Li's standards. But when Deng Susu sang this song Little Half, no matter how she sang it, Jiang Li could not feel the emotion conveyed in her voice. Therefore, when Deng Susu looked at Jiang Li expectantly and asked how her singing was just now, Jiang Li sighed and said, "Deng Susu, have you never been in a relationship?" Deng Susu was speechless. Deng Susu blushed slightly and stammered. How did you know?" Jiang Li said calmly, "Because when you sang this song, there was absolutely no emotion." Deng Susu was slightly startled, and she said slowly, "Really?" "Yes," Jiang Li said calmly. What this song expresses is the anxiety, anticipation, and fantasies that the proactive party experiences when facing love. Do not you have anyone you secretly have a crush on? No, Deng Susu shook her head. For Deng Susu, having lived up to now, she had never met a boy who truly moved her heart so naturally. A secret crush was also non-existent. Jiang Li's mouth twitched slightly, and he said helplessly, "When having a secret crush, the person is often very careful and very anxious. In love, the person with a secret crush will be extremely cautious over a single action from the other person and will pay attention to their every tiny movement. She did not speak to me today, does she? Not like talking to me. She's walking very closely with a boy. I am so jealous, but I do not dare to bother her. Her stomach hurts today, so I boiled brown sugar water for her, but I do not dare to give it to her in person. I hope when she sees the brown sugar water, she can guess it was from me." The boy confessed his feelings to her. I really wanted to rush out and tell her that I like her too, but I do not dare to confess, because if I do, we might not even be friends anymore. After getting into a relationship, the proactive party will also be more humble than the other. Whatever she likes, he will like too, and whatever she does not like, he will dislike as well. Indulging her every request and every condition. Spoiling her even though she is being willful. However, this kind of affection cannot be maintained forever. Eventually, when the breakup comes, the light in his eyes would have long faded. Tired, accustomed, letting go, giving up hope. This song Little Half wants to comfort those who are humbled to the bone in a secret crush or a relationship. Even if you're tired, faded, letting go, and giving up hope, do not give up on love. Love still exists. Jiang Li calmly recounted this to Deng Susu, and before long, Deng Susu was completely mesmerized. She could feel that Jiang Li was a man with a story. Perhaps, deep down in Jiang Li's heart, he was that person who was humbled to the bone in love. System, is this S-Class aura of yours useful? Why is it that when I turn on the S-Class aura to talk about these emotional matters, Deng Susu has absolutely no reaction? The system let out a magnetic voice. Host, rest assured, as long as this S-Class aura is activated, everyone will be immersed in the persona you have created. Jiang Li breathed a sigh of relief. That is good. To give Deng Susu a sense of immersion, I specifically activated the S-Class aura. If it did not work, my effort would have been wasted. Host, even if the King of Love songs were to come today, he would still feel that you are a man with a story. To help Deng Susu get into the right headspace, Jiang Li specifically activated his S-tier temperament. The consequence of activating this temperament was that Deng Susu could sense a trace of self-mockery and desolation emanating from Jiang Li. Therefore, Deng Susu concluded that Jiang Li must have once been someone who was utterly humble and submissive in matters of the heart. Jiang Li, I understand now. Deng Susu took a deep breath. I will pour as much emotion into it as I can. Jiang Li let out a sigh of relief and offered a gratified smile. Yes, I am glad you understand. Deng Susu was quick-witted. After Jiang Li's guidance, her emotional investment in the song a little bit was significantly higher than before. If Jiang Li were to grade it, this take was complete enough to earn an 80. Good, this take is very good, much better than just now. Deng Susu nodded emphatically and said in a low voice, but I feel like I can do even better. And just like that, for the next few hours, Deng Susu practiced over and over again. Finally, just when Deng Susu felt she had perfected the song and was ready to go to Jiang Li to claim credit, she discovered Jiang Li was actually sitting in the recording booth playing video games. Deng Susu was speechless. With a darkened face, she stormed out of the recording room and shouted at Jiang Li. Hey, Jiang Li. Jiang Li was startled by her roar and looked completely dazed. What is it? Were you even listening to my practice just now? How was it? Haha, well, it was pretty good. You are just fobbing me off. Listen here, I am getting serious for this next take. You better pay attention. Jiang Li nodded vigorously. Okay. In the next take, Deng Susu really did sing very well. At the very least, it was many times better than it had been a few hours ago. This time, Jiang Li could give her performance at least a 95. Jiang Li nodded in satisfaction. Not bad at all. Although this girl is quick to anger and lacks fame, she really has some talent when it comes to music. Jiang Li checked the time and then said, that is enough, right? More than 10 hours have passed since we started recording. Since the song is done, should not we head out? Deng Susu put her hands on her hips and said, I rented this for 2 whole days and paid the money. Would not it be a waste to leave now? Jiang Li looked confused. But we have already finished recording the song. What is the point of staying here any longer? Deng Susu rubbed her hands together, staring at Jiang Li with a meaningful smile. Jiang Li tensed up and asked guardedly, what are you planning? Jiang Li, since we have time left, why do not you write me a new song? Jiang Li grinned. Sure, that will be 500,000 per song. Deng Susu was speechless. In the end, Deng Susu and Jiang Li discussed leaving, but just as they were about to step out of the studio, a noise came from outside the door. The next moment, Wu Tao walked in leading several people, including a handsome, heavily made-up pretty boy. Behind the pretty boy stood a middle-aged man, nodding and bowing in a fawning manner. Teacher Wu Fan, this is Deng Susu, and she is currently using this studio. If you want to use it temporarily, you will need to talk to her. Wu Fan turned his head to look at Deng Susu and smiled. Oh, it is you, Susu. Deng Susu frowned and said, Wu Fan, what do you want? Wu Fan shrugged, looking completely relaxed. Oh, I picked up a new song project and wanted to borrow this studio to record it. You would not refuse my request, would you? Wu Fan's eyes were full of contempt, as if he were not worried at all that Deng Susu would refuse to hand over the studio. Deng Susu clenched her fists, her eyes burning with anger. A request? Is that what you call a request? I, Deng Susu, will never lend this studio to you. Wu Fan looked at Deng Susu with a face full of contempt. As for Jiang Li standing next to her, he was automatically ignored by Wu Fan. Deng Susu, you are just a newly emerged starlet in the entertainment industry, while I am a top idol who has been around for years. Do you dare to challenge me? At this moment, Wu Fan had already anticipated that Deng Susu would most likely back down and obediently hand over the recording studio. However, before Deng Susu could speak, Jiang Li stepped forward. Rubbing his hands together, he said to Wu Fan with a beaming smile, You must be the famous Wu Fan. Seeing the smile on Jiang Li's face and his fawning manner, Wu Fan immediately said with arrogance, Are you a fan of mine? At this time, the bowing and scraping middle-aged man behind Wu Fan, after getting a clear look at Jiang Li's face, immediately exclaimed in shock, Jiang Li, why are you here? This middle-aged man was none other than Chen Weikang. It turned out that, after asking Wang Jingsu to find a songwriter to no avail, Chen Weikang used his connections again to find a popular singer-songwriter in the music industry. At this time, someone recommended a popular top-tier idol to him, Wu Fan, known as one of the 4 returning stars. After contacting him, Chen Weiking learned that to get Wu Fan to write a song, he would need to spend 1.5 million yuan. Chen Weiking originally wanted to refuse, but Wu Fan said to him, "President Chen, as long as you ask Wang Jingsu out and let me have a meal with her, I will only charge you 500,000 for this song." From 1.5 million down to 500,000. Chen Weiking agreed to Wu Fan's request without hesitation. "No problem, as long as teacher Wu can write a song for my drama, I will definitely set you up with my niece." And this was what led to the current scene. Seeing Jiang Li, Chen Weiking's eyes were full of shock. He never expected to see Jiang Li in the best recording studio in Shanghai. "Jiang Li, why are not you studying properly instead of running to a place like this?" Chen Weiking lectured Jiang Li with the attitude of an elder. Wu Fan was slightly taken aback and asked in confusion, "President Chen, do you know him?" Chen Weiking shook his head and said, "Not very well, he is a classmate of my niece." Wu Fan's eyes lit up, and he said in pleasant surprise, "Are you classmates with Wang Jingsu?" Jiang Li grinned and said, "Of course I am." "Then do you know what Wang Jingsu usually likes, what she loves to eat, and what hobbies she has?" Jiang Li's eyes darted around, and he grinned. "Of course I know, Wang Jingsu and I are good buddies. I know some of her habits like the back of my hand." "Really? Then can you tell me?" Wu Fan said with an excited face. "Of course I can, it is just that." Saying this, Jiang Li rubbed his hands together, revealing an expression of "you know what I mean." Wu Fan immediately understood and grinned. 10,000 for one piece of information. However many you tell me, I will pay for them." Jiang Li's eyes lit up and he grinned. "Then let us start with 10 pieces. Wang Jingsu loves spicy food. Things like spicy chicken and hot pot are her favorites. She likes to wear slippers to class, saying it is comfortable. Also, her favorite little animal is the caterpillar. She says caterpillars are furry and quite cute." Jiang Li did not blush or skip a beat, making up 10 pieces of nonsense in one breath. What left Jiang Li dumbfounded was that Wu Fan was actually taking notes in a little notebook. This Wu Fan is a bit stupid. All right, you can transfer the money first." Wu Fan nodded heavily and hurriedly transferred 100,000 to Jiang Li. "Brother Jiang Li, hurry up and tell me what else I need to pay attention to regarding Wang Jingsu." Jiang Li smiled and said, "We can talk about this later. Are not you in a hurry to use the recording studio?" Right. Wu Fan slapped his forehead, quickly realizing it. "Since Brother Fan wants the recording studio, how could we not lend it to you?" Hearing this, Deng Susu immediately got angry and was about to speak. But Jiang Li quietly held Deng Susu back and grinned. "However, we rented it for 2 days and have only used it for a few hours. If we just give it to you directly, we cannot afford the loss." As you know, Deng Susu is just a minor D-list celebrity. It was not easy for her to spend money to rent a recording studio. If it is wasted like this, she will not be able to handle it. "So, Brother Fan, as a top celebrity in the entertainment industry, could you cover our losses?" Wu Fan nodded heavily. "What you said makes sense. How about this, you name a price and I will pay it." Jiang Li grinned and said, "As expected of Brother Fan." Saying this, Jiang Li held up 2 fingers. Deng Susu frowned slightly. "Only asking him for 20,000. I have used it for less than half a day. He should give at least 30,000 no matter what." "No, this is a loss." However, the next moment, Jiang Li smiled and said, 200,000. 200,000. Boom. As soon as he said that, everyone present was dumbfounded. They never expected Jiang Li to ask for such an exorbitant price. 200,000 to book the remaining time. "Jiang Li, why do not you just go rob someone instead? Wu Fan might be rich, but that does not mean he is a fool." The next moment, Wu Fan said with a dark face, "Jiang Li, you are playing me." Jiang Li immediately put on an innocent expression, shrugged, and smiled. "How could I be playing you?" Wu Fan's face was gloomy as he said coldly, "Jiang Li, I will give you one chance. Kneel down and apologize, and if I am in a good mood, I might just forgive you. Otherwise, be prepared for the consequences." Jiang Li dropped his smile and said calmly, "Then I will give you 2 options. Either pay 200,000 to buy the 2-day access to the studio from us, or get out." Wu Fan's face turned completely dark, and he said coldly, "Jiang Li, are you planning to make an enemy out of me for good?" Jiang Li shrugged and said, No, I just want to make some money. Wu Fan snorted coldly and turned to look at Wu Tao. Director Wu, what are you going to do about this? Wu Tao gave a bitter smile. Master Wu, the rights to this studio belong to Deng Susu. If she does not want to give it to you, there is nothing I can do. However, if you really want it, I can help you negotiate with the artists scheduled for the day after tomorrow so they can clear the time for you. A flash of anger crossed Wu Fan's face as he looked at Jiang Li. Fine, Jiang Li, I will remember this. I hope you will not forget what you have done to me today. After saying that, Wu Fan walked out of the studio without looking back. Seeing Wu Fan leave, Chen Weikeng hurriedly followed him. Wu Fan, let us just go to another studio. After Wu Fan and Chen Weikeng left, Wu Tao looked on with helplessness inside. Young man, do you know who you just offended? He is Wu Fan, a top-tier celebrity in the entertainment industry. His influence in the industry is not something a nobody like you can handle. Deng Susu finally snapped back to reality and grabbed Jiang Li's shoulder. Jiang Li, we have completely offended Wu Fan. Jiang Li asked with a smile. Are you afraid? I'm not exactly afraid. Although my popularity is not as high as his, I am still a well-known starlet, so he would not dare push me too far. But you just started making a name for yourself in the industry and already offended Wu Fan. Your future path in show business will not be easy. Jiang Li shrugged. It is fine, if I cannot make it in the industry, I will just find a rich woman to keep me. I do not have big dreams, I just hope some wealthy woman will take a liking to me. Then I can live happily ever after with her. Deng Susu remained speechless. Deng Susu scoffed. Dream on, with a face like yours, no rich woman is going to fancy you. Jiang Li remained speechless. After chatting for a bit, Deng Susu sighed. We still have over a day left in the studio. We should not let that time go to waste. Jiang Li's eyes darted around and he grinned. Deng Susu, why do not you lend me the studio? What do you need the studio for? Jiang Li grinned. I happen to have a new song to record, and this is the perfect opportunity to get it done. Deng Susu looked curious. Really, what is the song called? Jiang Li smiled faintly, his expression turning serious. Heading north.